Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second
What's
episode.
up, pussies?
Oh my gosh. He went ahead and did it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome.
Hello, pussy. Hello, little pussies.
Hello there. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Factually Opinionated podcast, episode 2.
We back again.
We are back.
Guess who's back? Back again.
And on today, we have none other than Mr. V Streamers,
Mr.
otherwise known as Price.
Ooh,
V
spicy.
I can't do this.
Otherwise known as P Rice.
P Rice.
P Rice.
Parizzi.
Wait. Actually, real quick before we start any subject, Price, have you seen your character on my WWE game yet?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I can't wait. That's gonna be.
This episode.
I can't wait for that one.
All right. Yeah, you'll have to show it to me soon.
Sponsored by Children's Tears.
So,
I'm gonna.
I changed the title. It's Factually Opinionated podcast. Chase Your Destiny 2.
2. Oh, you clever bastard.
Except it's TOO. So like, it's funny. It's a joke.
I get you.
It's a joke. Allsop. It's a joke. You get. Allsop gets the joke.
I get the pun, man.
You're gonna be using that all stream, aren't you?
Nah, I'm gonna use it sparingly.
Good,
Use it
okay.
sparingly.
So we got a couple of awesome topics for you guys out there in internet land tonight. I hope everyone is having a great Friday evening or Saturday morning or Friday afternoon, whatever time it is for you. Well, if y'all my West Coast brethren.
Shout out to all those people that are on a different day than us. Yeah.
Shout out to New Zealand. Hey, New Zealand.
Yeah,
Shout out to Australia.
Hi,
Oh,
New
wait,
Zealand.
they can't watch us because they have terrible internet.
Yeah, they do. You think our internet's bad?
We have awful internet, but
You
they
think
have
our
worse
net
internet.
neutrality is a bad thing? Well, we'll talk about that later.
and coming up tonight on our 6 o'clock newscast.
And foreshadowing for a topic that we're all going to be really heated about.
I wish I had better lighting.
Your lighting's fine.
Bro, just get a flashlight and shove it on your computer.
I got this. Hold on.
Just get a flashlight and
I
shit.
got this.
You actually have a flash? Wait, I wait. Never mind. I have a flashlight.
Does
too.
this look better? A long time ago, there once was a young boy who was brutally murdered by his father, and his ghost still haunts this podcast. That boy's name? What do you? I need something creative. Y'all didn't help me out here.
What?
I was too focused on my
You did.
I was too focused.
Oh gosh.
I was too focused on my uvula. Also, you have a cell phone flashlight. I'm a real pimp. I got a real
Do you
one.
want me to grab the real flashlight? 'Cause I'll grab the real
No,
flashlight.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yes, I
Okay,
can-
don't present a challenge if you don't want me to step up.
Bro, you stepping? You gelling?
Oh gosh. No, I just coughed my way to hiccups. Good job. Oh no, this is not good. This is
Price, just run over to Rolix's room and like just grab one of his lights. Just yank it from his room and walk away. Don't say anything.
I'm gonna hold this.
He's
Yeah,
out tonight.
He's out.
Oh yeah, then just walk in and then scream loudly that you're stealing.
You look like you're
walk out.
trying to make like some sort of album cover.
Yes.
A boy named Yukuriha? I don't know what that means, but okay.
I have no idea
Goody.
what that is. But anyway,
Anyway,
we're on
all right.
we're on episode 2 of season 2
Of the return of
the return of the Factually Opinionated podcast, aka the FOP, aka the Foppening, aka your mom's favorite podcast, aka we're a bunch of cucks, aka
Oh my god. Please stop trying
Speak for
to
yourself,
make that our
man.
word.
It is a word. It's a word
It's
from
an
medieval time.
our word, not a word.
Oh, I thought you were saying a word, and
No.
I'm just like
The
Me,
A
I'm
word.
cuck boy.
The B
Just-
word.
just a
The
just
C
a
word.
podcast full, just a podcast full of cucks. That's all it is.
The FOC, full of cucks.
We love watching our significant others have sex with other men.
Yes.
Is that what it means?
Yeah, that's exactly what it means.
Oh, okay.
Cuckolding, like that is an
Yeah,
actual
it's-
term.
I
Yeah.
know
And if you call someone a
cuckolding.
cuck,
Yeah.
but it's supposed to be like a sign of weakness that you don't do anything about somebody
Yeah.
having their way with your wife.
It's actually a word from medieval times. Medieval. I can't talk.
Right.
Yep.
No, I'll stop. Don't leave us.
Don't leave us.
No.
You should leave the stream up though.
We're going to die.
I'm
All right.
gonna die.
So but there's a topic sitting here
Yeah, and it's called Destiny.
on the side. We should probably
Dose.
start talking about it at some point.
Destiny Dose.
All right, so we're gonna jump right into the topic. So after a little bit of distraction, jump right back into it. And so yeah, as you can see on the left-hand side of your screen, conveniently labeled as our current topic. That current topic is Destiny 2. We got a teaser trailer earlier this week, and we got a reveal trailer yesterday afternoon. And all right, so first of all, both of you have seen the trailer, right?
Yes.
No, I can watch it right now while you guys get
Do
started.
Do it. Watch
wait,
that
let's
trailer.
watch it. Let's watch it on the stream.
Watch it
Let's
together?
Watch
I
it
don't-
together. Let's watch
don't-
it together.
I don't have a really
Hang
good
on.
way.
Well, no, we
Guys
can just
are
hit.
not for
We can hit.
kids.
We can hit play at the same time, and then and you can just play it. Wait, is it the UK trailer?
Is it Last Call?
Rally the troops.
I think it's Rally the Troops.
Okay.
All right, mine's going. Ready?
3, 2, 1.
Beep.
Times may be dark, but
Actually, you know what? Hold on a minute, guys. Hold on just one
Wait, you want me to
minute.
pause it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Where is
shit. Okay.
There it is. Let me see. Actually, let me see if I can get it up on the stream.
I think you can. I would like to think
It's
you
gonna
could.
take. It's gonna take me a second, but I can probably. Do
Yeah. Yeah, but and then we can hit play at the same time, and then,
times may be dark.
that's what they should add to this app. They should add some like screen sharing capabilities or like video watchable things.
Yeah. Well, there's an easy way to doing this.
Oh, the day that Discord gets
Times
video
may
call.
be dark, but we are.
Bless.
But we are. Times may be dark, but we are farmers. Bum ba dum bum 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 bum.
I'm trying to keep watching it. Can I just watch it?
No, we're gonna
Go on.
watch it on stream.
We're gonna watch
Oh,
on
okay.
stream.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
Okay, let's watch the 11-minute Angry Joe reaction. Because that's next on my playlist.
All right, hold on. We gotta get. Oh wait. Oh, I can. Ooh, you can do a VLC video source now. I just want that.
I find it funny that it goes from Destiny to Gold Glove to Hearthstone to Teens React to
Is that your
Fascinating-
All
sidebar?
right.
yeah,
Here
to WWE Facts.
Okay. So here we go. We're gonna start.
I mean, that's just tailored to you.
Oh, I know.
All right, y'all be quiet.
Times
3,
may be dark,
2,
but we are Earth's greatest hope. Look around you. A gathering of noble guardians new and old.
Okay, listen up. You're a bunch of dirty misfits, but you're all that's left, so you'll have to do.
Our home was attacked. I was there and fought against the endless onslaught.
They kept coming, so I kept firing. Not gonna lie, I was magnificent.
Despite the sacrifice of many brave guardians, we lost everything. The tower, the city, our home.
So, everything is gone. Your stuff, my stuff, most importantly, my stuff.
Today we know our enemy. His name is
Gary! Or Gil. Glenn? Is it? I don't know. It's something with a G!
Gaul. I know you look to me in times of peril, but this is not my battle alone.
Which means if I don't see you out there, I'll kill you myself.
It is time to avenge this injustice, for that is the duty of all guardians.
Worst case scenario, you die. But who knows? Maybe you won't.
So I ask you, who will stand with me?
Yeah! Really, guys?
That was inspiring.
Also, there will be a ton of loot! Yeah, right? That's what I thought.
Pre-order and get beta early access.
All right, there we go. Pre-order and get beta access. So, there is our Destiny 2 trailer. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one. So,
that was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
So the first one of the comments.
Okay.
One of the comments I saw on Reddit was that so someone liked Deadpool a little too much. I'm like, yeah, you definitely see the Deadpool influence there.
Oh yeah, 100%.
One of the comments on YouTube was like, so it's basically Guardians of the Galaxy. It's kind of similar in tone to that too.
Yeah.
So, I
don't know. I didn't find it that funny.
I found the loot thing really funny.
A lot of it just seemed like it was trying too hard. Here's what I will say, though.
But we have loot!
Here's what I will say. I like that they're trying to have a sense of humor. It's not just the bland kind of... I don't know. The mythology for the other game just seeed boring.
They understand that they have emotes. That's what they're acknowledging.
So let me. I want to guide this conversation just a little bit. So looking at the trailer alone, not bringing up anything about like previous games. We'll come back to that. But looking at the trailer alone, I mean, what are y'all's thoughts? Firstly, like the first time I watched, I thought it was funny. I kind of enjoyed the Deadpool style humor. I thought it could have been maybe a little bit better done.
I would have liked to see a little bit of gameplay. That'd have been cool.
Yeah, but this is just a reveal trailer, so.
I mean, apparently the gameplay for the first one was pretty good, right? Like people liked the gunplay.
Well,
yeah.
So we'll come back to that.
The gunplay feels good and whatnot, but anyway, the thing is that I'm not gonna lie. I kind of laughed at the fact that they're like, "Yeah, all your shit's gone. Got to start over." And then it's like, man, that's a subtle way to say, like, well, it's a new game. You gotta. That's our excuse to start over now. They're just saying it right then and there.
From just the trailer, what I like is, I like the attempt to not take itself so seriously. For the type of game that it is, that it lends itself better to not taking it so seriously.
Because it is
having a little bit of fun, and like. Have some kind of character, like make the people. I think that was a big problem people had with the other game. You didn't even like see the face of your character, did you?
Yeah, you did.
You did.
You could. Yeah.
Okay. But
I found it funny that they made the human the really serious person, and then like the hybrid,
guy, yeah.
The robot guy is like the actual humorous one.
So my big thing with this is,
Found that really ironic.
So I have a love-hate story with Destiny. And so the first thing I noticed looking at this trailer is there's definitely a sense of humor to it. I don't remember the trailers for the original Destiny. I didn't really watch them that much.
There was no sense of humor.
I don't remember there being any sort of sense of humor or anything. But so they're trying for a sense of humor. Two, there's at least a base story, which is good. That doesn't mean anything translating to the real game, but there's some sort of story. And there's definitely, like, they're trying to retcon the fact, or I guess retcon's not the right word, but they're trying to deal with the fact that you're not going to have any of your loot by saying everything's destroyed. Which is nice.
if you're a new character, then I don't know. It just kind of goes without saying.
So.
Right, but the thing is, though, like, all the returning players, it's like, oh, I have a reason to level up and not be pissed about my loot going away from the first game.
I suppose.
It's kind of an excuse for them to be like, hey, you got another level up system. It's not just like an expansion, which...
Right.
Here's my thing about it. It is a shared world. It's not a true MMO. But I would like to see them try... I know it's going to be on PC. They confirmed that.
So
they confirmed that. They confirmed that, and so I'm like, if we made this an MMO, I am deeply considering it because I feel like they could do a lot with it because there really hasn't been a good shooter MMO. I'm not saying that Destiny's a great game by any stretch of the imagination, but I feel like they could offer something to the MMO market that no one else is really providing as far as shooters go.
So I played the first game. I don't want to say intensively, but I definitely
You had friends that did though.
no. I mean I played a lot of it. Well, I played enough of it. So Destiny's a love-hate relationship. Like I said earlier, it's a love-hate relationship for me because I bought the game on the tier of the tier level of the developer. I went, Bungie is making a new game. Bungie made the Halo series, which is a fantastic game series.
Mm-hmm.
You know, awesome multiplayer, awesome single player, fantastic lore, all this great stuff. And it was like this shared world sounds cool. Open world is different, but I was like, man, this game sounds awesome. And then Destiny comes out, and it was terrible. I mean, the game played well. The gunplay was fantastic. It was solid Bungie. The multiplayer was pretty good. I mean, I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but the multiplayer was pretty good. But it had no story. And that was big for me as a gamer because Bungie has always been about the story, and they completely sacrificed the story for everything else.
I feel like they were trying to be like too many things at once, and I'm really hoping that for this game they learn from their mistakes kind of thing. Which, for instance, the whole sense of humor thing, that's the route that World of Warcraft started to take after a little bit. They started to take that idea of like not everything is serious all the time kind of thing, and like, you know, you're free to look at it however you want kind of thing, which is what this Destiny's trailer is showing.
Honestly, I think the easiest comparison to make. Sorry to cut you off, but I think the biggest comparison to make is Borderlands.
Yes.
I think they're very similar in just structure and being about loot and going in the multiplayer focus and all of that stuff.
I'll just tell you right now, Destiny definitely has better gunplay than Borderlands.
I cannot play Borderlands.
Borderlands controls are so freaking clunky, but it's such a fun game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Chivalry. It's such a clunky game, but gosh dang it.
Well, okay, Chivalry, I like the clunkiness because it adds to the humor of it.
It really does,
like,
though. And
it makes it so charming. It's such a charming game.
And like all the guttural sounds and all that shit.
I really wish what's the game kind of similar to that was just released for Xbox?
For Honor.
Yeah, I wish that For Honor had that sense of humor to it. Like, it's kind of a missed opportunity because it's just so serious for such a silly concept.
I'll tell you this right now, it definitely plays a lot better than Chivalry.
I mean,
no, I've watched it and it looks like it controls extremely well.
I played the closed beta and it was awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Yeah, but Destiny is one of those games. It managed to keep a very strong player base. A very strong fan base, I guess.
There was a lot of incentive to come back to it. It had a lot of replayability in it, and that's why people stuck to it.
Well, the story of sorry, can I say something real quick?
Sure.
So for those of you who don't know, the story of Destiny's development is kind of it kind of went through development hell in a short period of time. So a lot of the issues with the story came from the fact that the original Bungie story writer Joseph Staten, who did the Halo series, he and his team came up with this, what they call a supercut, which is basically just the cutscenes cut together in about an hour-long movie to give you a sense of the story. They presented this to either the studio heads or to Activision or someone, and Activision said, we don't like this, we don't like where it's going. So Staten left, and this was in 2013 when they were getting ready to release the game originally. So Staten left, and they had to completely rewrite the story and finish it by a year and a half.
That's rough.
To where they had been going. So the story suffered immensely. Apparently,
that's insane.
Apparently, the Taken King, from what I've been told from friends who have played it, because after playing probably Destiny for probably less than 10 hours, I have not touched the game since. It's just, it wasn't worth my money. And I mean, I don't like to give games away. I don't like to sell games. I like to keep them just in case I go back to them. But I have not touched Destiny since probably 2014, just because I was it wasn't fun. It wasn't a Bungie game.
I get that.
There wasn't anything there like.
But what were you saying about the DLC?
Oh, so apparently the Taken King was the DLC. This is what Destiny should have been. Great story,
Okay.
great gameplay, all together. So there is hope that Destiny 2 has learned from the mistakes they made in Destiny 1. And
Well, also they don't have the setbacks that they had.
we're hoping.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that just fucking blows for someone like for Activision or whoever it was to
Just
shit
be like,
on-
no, yeah,
yeah.
just to say no to someone who
Yeah.
has proven themselves time and time again, like I can make this shit work.
I
You know?
swear it never works. Like that kind of self-sabotage.
Yeah, no. I think that was probably a bad idea on
It's
on
like
Activision, whoever.
Suicide Squad.
Hmm.
You have like a you have like a you have like a mess of a movie, and then you send it to a trailer house to cut it together. Like you're just gonna make a pile of shit, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's one way to put it. Sure.
Yeah. I
but-
mean I think I mean I'm hoping that they learn. I think what also a big issue that they had from the past game was that they were trying to be too many things at once.
I can agree with that.
They're trying to cater to too many people at once when it's like, yeah, you can have this broad strategy to it, but like, you need to cater to it like if you're going to cater to multiple types of gamers, like try to only cater to like a few, not everyone. And that I feel
Yeah.
like that's what their issue was that they were trying to get the casual gamer, they were trying to get the hardcore gamer, and then they were also trying to grab like the MMO hardcore gamer, which is another level of hardcore.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree with
that's
that.
like a completely different tier of people.
All right, so
But
I remember if I can say so, I remember
Yeah, go
watching the their like demos at E3, and I remember thinking like, wow, this game is going to be huge and it's going to have so much. I thought it was like going to be a true open world.
same, I thought it was going to as well, but it's just a shared world kind
It's-
of thing.
Yeah, I don't know, it was just very misleading, and then when it came out it just visually looked like a disappointment
If they
when I
gave
watched people play it.
If Destiny 2 is a true open world MMO shooter, Timber Timber will more than likely buy that game. Because I've wanted that for a long time.
We
And
have
I'm
it
gonna-
on.
And I'll just tell you right now, Defiance sucks ass. It sucks. It's
Oh, gosh.
awful.
Did you play Warframe?
I could not get into it.
Warframe also is terrible.
I did the tutorial and I'm like, this doesn't feel good. I quit and I left the game alone.
It was real clunky.
Yeah, I played the tutorial and I'm like, this was not worth the hour and a half that I waited for it to download.
So
And-
we've got a couple of points of information I just want to share. This is coming from GameSpot, a GameSpot article by Matt Espinelli, published yesterday.
Espinelli.
And it's titled "Destiny 2: Everything We Know So Far." So just some of the information based on the FAQ. The game is going to be launching on September 8th. It's going to be coming to Xbox One, PS4, and PC. That's big. I know Destiny 1, people begged for it to PC.
People beg for it because I mean, it's like if you're gonna
Hey,
have
what was that? I don't know what that was. Follow, host, something.
one of the two.
I
Anyway,
believe that was a follow actually.
but anyway,
Some hosts.
the thing about do you not have alerts up?
I don't have them set on here.
Do you? You should have them set up. That's totally fine. Anyway, but
Hey,
no,
thank you for that
like
follow.
why would you have MMORPG elements and not put it on PC? People eat that shit up on PC. Like, people eat it up.
Yeah.
Like that's just how it is.
Hmm.
I'm curious as to see where things go in the near future when they try to, or not when they try to, but when they release like gameplay and more information on it and everything.
Yeah. So we've got that. We've got
Mm.
So apparently they're going to be showing off gameplay footage on live stream on May 18th. So that'll be our first look at gameplay. There'll be an open beta this summer. You can pre-order to get early access. Progress from the first game will not transfer, except your character's appearance will transfer.
Okay, so the appearance will wait. Wasn't there like armor and shit though?
Well, the point is that I think that's the story point they were trying to communicate in the trailer was that,
All your weapons are gone.
Yeah, it's like everything's gone, so you're having to restart, but your guardian still stays the same.
Okay.
So, and then they talked about the collector's edition. If you guys want to see that, you can check out the article. But here's the thing I want to talk about, which actually still annoys me. That this is still a thing. So, Destiny 2 is going to have PS4 exclusive content. As we know, this console cycle, Activision's kind of hooked on with Sony, and they've signed an exclusivity agreement, which is, exclusivity in anything kind of hurts the games, but I understand it's a business side of things. The big thing with that is when you think Call of Duty, you have a month of exclusivity. The PS4 exclusive content for Destiny is going to stay exclusive until fall 2018.
Wow.
And they did that for Destiny 1 too. PS4 content for Destiny has a year of exclusivity. That is unacceptable.
That's insane. They must have paid them mad money.
Like, that's such a poor business decision, because you are assuming that people are going to care that much about the exclusive content a year after the game has come out.
Right, but at the same time, I don't know. I mean, it depends on how much you're getting paid, I guess. Looking at it from a business point of view, because like if Sony pays out mad money to do it, who am I to say, you know?
That's really loud.
That's what I say.
We will. We're going to learn about that content sometime this summer.
Okay, I was curious as to when more stuff would come out.
But apparently that is not the case just for the game release content, but also the expansion content.
A year?
Rise of Iron's exclusive content is not yet available on the Xbox One.
Oh, wow.
Because that released in...
So wait, is this going to stay exclusive to the PlayStation, even the PC? Like, it's not going to get it on PC either? Am I correct in saying that?
I guess so.
Wow, that's insane.
A
year. A goddamn year.
Pretty good deal then.
I'm not sure what they're saying here.
Like I said, Sony must have forked out that mad money, like Verizon did to Ted Cruz for this bill that we're going to talk about.
Yeah. So, but like for example, the last expansion that came out for Destiny, the Rise of Iron, came out in 2016, and its exclusive content will not be available on the Xbox until after the second game is released.
That is ridiculous.
Like I mean, exclusivity periods, they are what they are. A month, maybe a couple months, but a year?
Call of Duty did 2 months at one point, am I correct?
It's always been a month.
Has it always been a month? I thought at one point they did 2 months, but then they went back to a month.
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I mean, they might have, but that probably was when Xbox had the upper hand.
That might have been, but now they don't.
But yeah, and so okay, so here we go. They get an exclusive quest, but one of the complaints from the player base was the game already didn't have a lot of content. So now you're locking even more content for a year for the Xbox players.
Mm-hmm.
And there's of course you can make the whole argument about, well, Bungie is screwing over the people who made them who they are.
You could make that argument, but it's like I want to see the numbers. I want to see the numbers of people that had Xbox 360s and then switched to PS4.
Yeah,
Because I
that's
know
the thing.
that was a substantially higher rate, if I remember correctly,
Yeah,
of how
I
many
think
people switched. Oh god, that hurt.
Woo!
And also at the same time, that was back when they were Microsoft exclusive. As far as they're concerned, contractually, they can do whatever the hell they want. Anyway, what are you about to say, Bryce?
that's essentially it. I don't know. I don't think they necessarily owe anything to anyone else in terms of like, you know, catering toward Xbox or whatever it is,
Right, and
or at
also
least not screwing them over. But
here's
I
the
don't
way
know.
here's the way I see it. If Halo had not been Xbox exclusive, it still would have been successful. Like,
Right.
why do you owe anything to a fan base that like would have been there even if you decided to do it to both consoles? Like, like they like it because it's a good game, not because you're exclusive to Xbox.
Right. Yeah.
Like, for instance, like, I'm a Halo fan. I've never owned an Xbox console in my life. I love it.
By the way, it's just as a point, according to this Forbes article by Paul Tassi, August 25th, 2014, a data by Nielsen, or a study conducted by Nielsen that surveyed 1,200 gamers from age 7 to 54, found that 31% bought a PS4 after owning a 360 or a Wii.
37%?
31%.
Whew!
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
However,
That's a lot of units.
That is Xbox 360 or Wii.
Or Wii.
So that's
still the thing. Everyone and their mom owned a Wii, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
everyone and their mom owned a Wii. Like, I feel like I'm like the one person out of like my entire friend group that didn't have a Wii because I just didn't care to have one.
Yeah, I didn't have one either. I didn't. There weren't very many good games for it.
Well, no, there weren't. And like I'm gonna play fucking Black Ops on the Wii. But like and if I wanted to play Wii, I could just go over to a friend's house that
Dude,
like
you
walk
could play Call of Duty 4 on online.
Oh, dude. Oh, God. Oh, the Wii. Oh, the Wii. Good times.
Oh, gosh darn it.
What are you doing?
I'm messing with chat. Sorry. So anyway, I guess we can kind of wrap this up and get ready to the next thing.
Yeah, honestly, that's about it for that.
So kind of final thoughts. What do you guys think for Destiny 2 so far, from what you've seen?
From what I've seen, I mean, I guess if it's coming to PC, I don't think I could run it right now, but I'd be marginally interested in it, compared to not interested at all in the first game. So I'd say that's pretty good.
Yeah, if they bring an MMO element to it, like a true MMO, if they make it like a legit MMO shooter, I will throw my hand in the basket. I will do it. I will be thoroughly interested in it.
Your thoughts, Noah?
I want to see where it goes. If the game keeps the gameplay of Destiny, but has a good story, and expands its universe, and not through Grimoire cards, and actually like, that was the big thing about Destiny's 1 story is the lore, the universe was told through Grimoire cards, which you unlocked through gameplay and had to view online.
That's lame as shit.
So it wasn't like even in game. And so if they can actually put a decent story and tell the lore in game, as well as keep the classic Destiny gameplay, I'll give the game another shot. I
feel like when they did that, they were like, yeah, we're just looking for an excuse for people to shoot the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Like that was basically that was it. This game is just an excuse for you to shoot at your friends and hurt them.
All right. Well, so we're gonna move on. Yeah, well, PC we might. That's the other thing is probably pick it up on PC if you guys pick it up.
Yeah.
I guess I have a PS4 now too, so it's not necessarily necessary. All right.
I mean,
what are you gonna pick up a Switch
Huh, that's funny. I just got a PS4 for Christmas. And it's been
I don't know.
4 years since release. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a while before it's gonna be probably another 3 years before I even consider a Switch.
I mean, if they
Fair
have
enough.
if they have VR capability and they're willing to be like my end all be all for consoles, then
Ugh,
maybe.
My hair is not cooperating today.
Maybe. Anyway,
All right. So our next topic is Mad CATZ, the controller company, I guess.
gaming hardware company.
Gaming hardware company. Yeah, I like that. The gaming
There you
hardware
go.
company has shut down, has filed for bankruptcy, and will be closing. This according to, this is on the Polygon. Where was this?
My question is
Uh-huh.
who's gonna make the Rock Band 4 controllers now?
So
Because they were the ones making it.
They were
So-
the ones that made them. That's right. I didn't even think about that.
I'm.
God.
So what are they gonna use now?
You know
So-
what's the funniest thing? They made so the Oculus Rift VR is like compatible with the Rock Band controller. And so like Mad CATZ, the last thing they ever did was make it to where you could actually feel like you're playing on a stage. That's the last thing they ever did. Oh, that's fantastic.
Poor Mad Cats.
That's the last game they worked on was Rock Band. A
Well,
rhythm
the-
music game that
mean-
the genre that has been outdated for like 4 or 5 years.
I mean, to their credit, the controller I think was pretty good.
Oh, it's solid. I don't like it as much as a Guitar Hero controller though.
Well, yeah, but they were basing it off of the older models. The problem I have with the Rock Band controllers is they don't have a click. with
They don't
the,
have that click and it
They don't
drives
have the
me
click.
nuts.
Mhm,
I need
yeah.
that click
I need that click, bro.
as a guitarist. You need a little click. You need a pluck.
Yeah, you can't just have that smooth action on it. Like no.
It's so weird
So
to
we're-
have no. Yeah.
So I was gonna say. So I'm looking at a Verge article right now. It's called "Mad CATZ is going out of business." So let's remember its wackiest controllers. So you had the old Mad CATZ GameCube controller,
Yeah.
the little brother controller, the cheap one you gave to your friend.
Yeah, is that the one? That's the one with like the little plastic things on the side, like the
little-
gummy.
Yeah.
Feel?
Yep.
Ugh,
And then they
those
had-
ones
Hey.
suck.
Hey Price, you know what I should do?
Hmm.
I should get a Rock Band like guitar controller and bring it over to like a guitar shop and be like, hey, can you fix the action on this guitar? I feel like the buttons are really high.
Oh my God.
just fuck with them and be like, hey, can you fix this? It's got a lot of fret buzz on it.
No, it's like this is my main axe for a while, but it's just kind of putting it on the bench for right now. But I thought I'd get it spruced up just to make it compete a little bit better. I've done some sick recordings on this thing, though. I'll say that much.
Dude, I can make it sound just like Sweet Child of Mine on this guitar.
I had a client one time. I whipped this thing out and I just played the most incredible solo.
Just riffed it,
with
man.
strap.
My
Yeah,
boy
man.
was on this 4-piece drum kit.
But so yeah, so I mean, we can joke about Mad CATZ. They were always the cheap option for the controller, but they were responsible for a lot of the guitar, the Rock Band Guitar Hero stuff. And apparently, their last thing was they put all their money, all their eggs into the Rock Band 4 basket, and Rock Band 4 didn't sell that well.
Nope.
So they needed that to stabilize, and they didn't reach that. So I mean, it's kind of sad. It's the end of it. It's kind of the end of an era. But
The
like,
funny thing, well, here's the thing that went wrong about the Rock Band 4 thing. One, rhythm games are kind of outdated. They were a very fatty genre of game.
They're so much fun, though.
They're
They
so much
really
fun.
are. But there's
But
only
here's
so
the-
much you can do with them.
Well, no, here's the thing about the Rock Band 4 thing is that a lot of people that bought Rock Band 4 already had all the instruments.
they didn't want to buy it
Yep.
again.
Okay,
They didn't want to buy them again.
I think that's a factor. To me, here's the biggest problem: is Guitar Hero and Rock Band were sold based on their set lists, right?
Yes, correct.
Once you made it so that you can download any song for any game, it
Mhm.
eliminated any kind of competition they can have with them. So, like you can't release a new Rock Band and give it a better set list because the old one had like 2,000 songs to choose from.
Well, no,
And
and like
the new set list,
and the PC version has a bunch of ones that people have made.
right?
Well, I mean, well,
But the problem is that the built-in ones for Rock Band 4, and I remember this being the biggest complaint, and probably the reason why it didn't sell well is because the songs weren't very good.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
They had all of the best rock songs to do this sort of thing with have already been covered in either Guitar Hero or Rock Band before,
or available as DLC.
Exactly.
Right. So
like
yeah.
when you have entire artist catalogs that are able to be played on there now, it's kind of like what's the point? I remember when I saw the moment that I knew that I was like, wow, they really are getting everybody was when they put fucking Biffy Clyro on Rock Band. I was like, what?
Everyone else went, who?
Well, a bunch of Americans did. British people love that band.
Yeah,
Like
it's
they go
big.
platinum overseas. It's weird. They play stadiums.
Yeah,
But
they're getting big. They're getting big over here.
Bigger-ish. They had a little bit of time here back in like 09, like 2010.
2009, 2010.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, all that's to say is that like I love the genre. It's just not sustainable. There's no way to really make money on it.
I really do like the VR capability that they're throwing in with it. I do think that's really cool, honestly.
Well, I think one of the big things was you had Guitar Hero.
Wait, how the fuck am I gonna play drums with VR? I can't see the pad. How the fuck am I supposed to play drums?
You don't. That's not. That just doesn't work.
Wait, what? Well, no. If you have like the controllers in the game, then you see the kit in the VR, and then
I guess
you're playing like the drum. You have drumsticks instead of a drum pad.
Yeah,
my question is,
drumstick controllers.
They're gonna have to have a physical thing for the kick pedal though.
Yeah, they're gonna have a physical.
I mean, well, like here's the thing: the technology to do like those like air drumsticks has been around for years. I still have a pair of like those old like air drumsticks from back in like the 2000s.
Oh yeah, no, like that technology's been around for a while.
Do those actually work though?
Actually,
the new ones do. No, like you can get like $130 pair of them, and it legitimately works. It's weird.
It just works.
I have once again. I told you the other day. I bought like a drum
pad.
Yeah, it's like right behind me here.
And then your downstairs neighbors still complained.
Yep. I'm also borrowing. Yeah, I'm also borrowing a cajon right now from Alex Ayler, and I bought like some of those
brushes,
like bundles of sticks. Those things, like they've got that like clicky tone. I really like that.
A bundle of sticks, you say?
Oh baby!
I wasn't gonna say the word. I know what.
Thank you for that follow, Ewok Slayer 89.
I guess
appreciate it. Welcome to the Vestinian family.
Oh yeah.
Let's jump back to Mad Cats though. We're getting
Yeah.
But it's sad to see them go. As awful most of their products were, at least earlier on, they were an institution, and like I don't know, they're the only household name knockoff controller. You know,
they were the Game Exchange MVPs. That's who they were.
I mean, like, but seriously though, like when you needed to buy, like when controllers are $60, when you needed to buy a real cheap controller just to have for like when friends came over, you bought Mad Cats.
Oh you bought Mad Cats.
Or you bought Mad Cats if you wanted the cool like glowy controller that made you feel special.
That would break after like 4 months of playing it.
Fucking sucked but looked cool.
You move the stick in any direction, and the lights die.
Yeah, or if it's a GameCube one, you have to reconnect it 3 billion times to get the sticks not to drift.
Yeah, and like the thing is though, like you know, like I look at Mad Cats and I've always like wondered like why are controllers like, you know, why are they not like as cheap as Mad Cats? And then I look at how shitty they are, and I look at these, and then I look at like the actual like, you know, controllers from like, you know, Sony and all of them, and I'm like I understand why these are expensive pieces of hardware now, because they're not pieces of shit like they used to be.
They're technology. They're solid technology.
Like they really are.
They have with like Mad Catz and other knockoff controllers, what I don't understand is they have endless ability to tweak the controller to make it more comfortable, and yet it's always less. Why?
I
Why
don't
would they do
know.
that?
Well, I mean, nowadays it's because Sony has a patent on this thing right here.
Oh, really? So they don't let anyone.
The DualShock 4 is a patent. They can't. No one else can produce these.
What about Xbox One controllers?
Same.
No. Wait, do they have a patent on that as well?
They've got to have a patent. There's no like, there's no not having a patent on these sort of things.
I feel like it'd be really cool if you, one thing that could be really cool is a knockoff Switch controller, because one thing that you could do is give the console wings, almost like giving a little bit of like a bulkier feel for when you're just like dicking around and you're not trying to go mobile,
Right.
or like too mobile.
I mean,
you're just like in
to
your
my
house.
knowledge, Nintendo's not completely opposed to the idea of other people making controllers for them, because I thought that was going to be the issue with the Wii, and it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Other people ended up making controllers for the Wii.
and they didn't give a shit.
They didn't care. They really didn't care, because they're like, well, our product's better, so who gives a shit? Like,
I mean, as long as you like, you can do a similar basic design, just like the insides have to be different. And so you have to like, but I mean, every controller's gonna have a patent on it.
Well, I think Nintendo could.
I accidentally turned on my controller, and so it's connected to the PS4 in the other room. I'm sorry. 1 second.
No. Anyway, you were saying V streamers.
Where was I going with that? Oh, one thing that I think Nintendo did a great job of for
That was my bad.
Good job.
One thing that I think Nintendo did a great job with the Wii in terms of selling its controllers is pretty soon after release, I think they had the game Wii Play, which bundled a Wiimote, and that game was like, it had some good mini games.
Didn't they also come out with a Wii that had all 4 controllers available?
I don't know about that.
I want to say that did happen, but I could be very wrong.
But if I remember correctly, like the Wiimotes themselves were pretty cheap. You had to pay extra for a nunchuck, but you really didn't need that many nunchucks. You needed like 2.
You needed like 2 nunchucks, and that was the end of your day.
Yeah.
So the Wiimote currently is $25 at GameStop.
Huh.
What's the price of launch? Can I get the price of launch?
I think it was 40, maybe.
I think it's $40. I think
and then maybe 30 for the nunchuck.
I think you're right.
I think that's it.
Wiimote was $40. Yes, $40 in the US.
And then the nunchuck was 30 or 20.
20.
20.
But the classic controller was 20. Like that's how you price a controller.
Yeah, I know. $40 for that, like, and it's motion control. Like, what the hell?
Though to be fair, that's not that difficult. I mean, it's
well, I mean, at the time it was impressive though.
At the time,
2006, you know,
dude,
that was pretty cool.
I remember when the Wii had not come out yet, and I was in Six Flags over Texas, and they were doing like a demo thing over there.
Oh, really?
I was blown away by it. Yeah, I forgot about that. I was in your hometown.
Well, I mean, there was nothing like it out there.
No, there was nothing like it, and I would play Wii Sports for fucking ever.
Yeah, it's amazing how good, like, you know, it didn't get like great reviews at the time, but Wii Sports was like a huge flagship game.
Oh, dude, that's the only time that I could bowl and get a perfect game. It was great.
Yeah. Like, I remember I played that game so much at so many people's houses, and
it's a great party game.
It's really
a great
fun.
Party game. Like, it is. Like,
yeah.
Everyone can bowl. Everyone can play golf. Everyone can play tennis.
It might be literally the only party game, like, specifically geared toward parties that I like.
Honestly.
But
I mean,
Mario
like,
Party.
minigame.
I mean,
Mario garbage.
Party.
Mario Party's garbage, but it's so much fun.
It's not
Mario
garbage.
Party.
It's fun garbage. It's fun
hate it.
garbage. It's fun garbage.
It's RNG and it's bullshit.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
it
fair.
is.
It is RNG. That's pretty fair.
It is RNG, just like
It's
Hearthstone.
unfair. It's RNG.
It's RNG, just like Hearthstone.
All right.
Like,
So,
Hey,
final
Burn.
thoughts on Mad Catz closing.
bye. I'll miss you, kinda, sorta, not really.
I shed a single tear that like dries up halfway down
Yeah,
my
it
face.
goes back up into your eye.
Yeah. It's like
Suck it back at you.
like I'll miss you, but I'll probably never think about you ever again.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing.
I hadn't thought about Mad Cats until I was on Reddit today looking for topics, and it was like,
Honestly, yeah.
wow, okay,
That's
probably
that's
why
how
you're
I'm feeling.
filing for bankruptcy right there.
Are they
To be
doing,
honest, I haven't seen like Mad Catz anything in like a hot minute. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't think they were making like kind of knockoff controllers.
No, you know the last time I saw a Mad Catz controller, it was a fucking really ugly yellow like steering wheel for PS2 at McKay's. That was the last Mad Catz controller I saw.
Isn't
Dude,
Rolex's Xbox controller like? Isn't that a Mad Cats one?
It's a Mad Catz Afterglow, I'm pretty sure.
It's the Battlefield 4 controller.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
I think it's Mad Cats though.
We should go to McKay's and buy up all of the Mad Catz things because they're
Dude,
collector's
antiques.
items.
They're relics now.
We can get as many Afterglows as possible and frame them.
We get one of every color. We have them always on.
We like trick out the LEDs and then frame them, and it like spells out something.
All right,
Rest in peace. You should
Rest in peace.
rest in peace, Mad Cats.
I give you a salute, Mad Catz. All right, next.
It's the
Yes.
for me. It's like I never really bought Mad Catz controllers, but it's the end of an era. Like it really is. It's an end of a crappy era, but it's the end of an era nonetheless.
I see Mad Catz a lot like Yellow Card. Like, yeah, you were here. We appreciated you for
Yellow
what you
Card.
were, but we don't really care that you're
you
gone.
had one big like thing you did, and then that was it. You just kind of faded.
That's actually a perfect comparison, and it's really funny that they both have a yellow logo. Anyway,
all right. So speaking of ends of eras, guys, this is a sad day. Yesterday was a sad day. Tuesday was I don't know what day it was. This week there was a really sad day. Do you know why it was a sad day?
why?
Because Club Penguin.
Club
R.I.P.
Penguin shut down this week.
Dude, rest in peace for me just saying dicks all the time and getting banned.
No.
Just
just
okay.
reminded of all the memes.
Dude, we'll never be able to do a Club Penguin stream again.
I know. I thought about that. I was like, we said we were gonna do one. We never
There's
did one.
gotta be a Renegade server out there somewhere.
There has to be.
There is.
We should do that.
Can I not
There's a
can I not
legacy-
get banned for just saying awful things?
There's a legacy build that's running on some like community servers apparently.
All right, we're playing that.
We gotta figure that out, and hopefully not get malware.
It'll probably get shut down by Disney
That's fair.
because they released a mobile app, which was the like this shut down for a mobile app.
Gmod, get on that fucking Club Penguin shit. Let's go.
Do we want to try to?
Club Penguin Gmod server.
Club Penguin's Gmod. Let's do it.
Just
Oh,
like
gosh.
terrible 3D models of penguins.
You're sliding down a hill and it looks really shitty.
Oh my gosh.
It's that typical like Gmod like surfing
suddenly-
style.
And you just get like
suddenly pull out a jackhammer and just start like dancing on the jackhammer.
you set it up so like whoever put if anyone has their microphone on, if they detect that you say a curse word, it bans you.
You have been banned from the server.
Yeah,
24
like,
hours.
no profanity.
God.
No
There you go.
profanity on the server.
That
Hi
would
guys,
be
I'm the
fucking
admin,
mean.
and you know it's not against the rules. Eric. Oh, it's not against the rules, but you can't. I appreciate if you don't swear on the server. You know, just like formality. Could be kids here. Yo, what's up, Shaky Snakers? Club Penguin is for virgins. Yeah,
damn right it's not.
yeah. What he said.
Sup?
You wanna go?
You want to fight, bruh?
Dude,
Let's go.
Oh no, I actually never played Club Penguin. Did either of y'all play Club Penguin?
Oh, I did.
I
never had a subscription, but I had all like the closest to inappropriate names I ever could have.
I was
The innuendos.
I was a RuneScape boy, even when I was young. When I was really young, I thought that Club Penguin was just stupid, and I remember people getting into it and being like, "Nah, that ain't for me."
I got the worst name that I ever got away with for having for a long time until I got banned for saying like fuck or something. It was Stinky Sausage. Stinky sausage.
Ew.
Oh
Yeah,
my
the only
gosh.
the only time I played the game was for that one stream we did like a year and a half ago.
Now I'll agree with you on that one, Shaky.
RuneScape is
I'll agree-
also for virgins.
I'll agree
Shut
with you
up!
on that one.
Shut up! It's so much fun.
I saw RuneScape esports the other day, and I was like, "What?
How does that even
Dude,
work?
RuneScape is fucking fun. It's
Oh.
it's literally the grindiest game I've ever played, and somehow it's really fun.
That's why I hate it. It's so grindy.
It's literally just
the
a
only
grind.
time I played RuneScape, my friend back in the day got really into the game, and so I was like, he was showing me RuneScape, and so he had control of the character, and I had control of the chat.
Oh God.
Dude, the chat's the funnest part.
I was
necessarily.
trolling everybody. Almost got us banned like 5 times. It was really bad.
Hey, buying GF.
All the people that don't know how to spell follow. FOLO. Follow
Actually,
me.
What's interesting though, speaking of RuneScape has actually like been doing surprisingly well on Twitch.
It does really well. It really
Dude,
does.
RuneScape is incredibly like the RuneScape 2 came out in 2003.
RuneScape
Think
3
about
is
that.
out
Oh my
now.
gosh.
Yeah.
RuneScape
I
3
mean,
is out
RuneScape
now.
3 is terrible, but
The third iteration always is apparently.
no.
Except for Halo 3.
Except for
When I
Halo 3,
play-
but you know.
when I play occasionally, I play the 2007 Scape because I'm a nostalgic bastard. But
So
I just that game is so charming. Like the shitty like browser based 3D graphics.
Oh God,
it's so
it
good.
irks me. It's like when the way I describe RuneScape is like me working on Final Cut Pro and then I switch to iMovie afterwards. That's what it feels like playing RuneScape. It feels like you switch back to iMovie.
oh god.
That's exactly what
God.
it feels like.
The thing is, yeah, it really isn't fun for anybody who wasn't there at the time. But I
was
every
there
now
at
and
the
then.
time and I hated it. I killed pigs for 2.5 hours
Okay.
with my friend. No,
How old were you?
I was 11 years old.
Okay.
There you
No,
go.
I started
like-
when I was 8.
No, my friend, he was like,
8 or
dude,
9.
dude, come over and we'll play some RuneScape. It's an online, like massively online multiplayer. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I came over and we just killed boars and like burned wood and shit for like an hour and a half or 2. And I'm like, and he's like, dude, isn't this fun? And I'm like, not gonna lie, I'm not having fun at all.
Dude,
Like,
me and my friend, it was the exact opposite. We would just I would have a laptop set up, he would have his computer, and we would just play that game for fucking hours.
it's one of
And
those
it was
games.
so much fun.
You know what? It's one of those games that you could like all live stream and have a podcast at the same time. It's one
Yeah.
of those games.
No, it's fun. Like I like it on that level too, though.
It's like Cookie Clicker.
Remember that
Oh,
that
gosh.
time that I tried to have my own little show on Vistidium, and then one of the nights that I did a late night stream, I was with Kevin and Eric, and we played RuneScape, and it was so much fun.
I
It was
really-
so much fun.
I cannot get into that game to save my life. I think it's just because I have such a short attention span.
That's the thing, and I think especially when you were a kid, like imagine all the grinding that it takes. It really doesn't take that long to get to say level 20 in all of your main stats.
Right.
But when you're a kid, it feels like forever. And I
I mean,
remember when I was a kid, it felt like forever.
I mean, MMOs just have like a hard time of getting to me because I'm just like, it's so much work for your player to get to a level where you can have really a lot of fun. And to me, I just like, I'm just a big advocate of games where you as a player get better, not your character. And I think that's just what it is. I don't know.
Well,
That's me.
funny you say that. What people don't like think about with RuneScape is that it's literally a point and click MMO.
Oh, it is 100%.
It's a point and click game, so
It's a top.
you
it's a
cannot
top-
make good gameplay out of that.
No,
you just
you
can't.
can't.
It's
You
based
can't.
around clicking. It's like if you're doing combat, and I don't really do 1v1 combat or anything like that, but like it's all about how you click on your menu. Like it's not key bindings, it's nothing like that.
No, it's all about it's all browser based. And Oh god, that just irks me thinking about it.
I have no opinion. I have no opinion. on
Like, that
this.
just
I've touched
hurts
RuneScape once in
me.
my life.
I completely understand everybody who shits on that game, but I can't not like it. It's so good.
You know what game I won't shit on though? Motherfucking Club Penguin.
Club Penguin. Oh yeah.
Club Penguin has nothing to it. There's
All right.
no
Nothing
depth.
to it, but that's
So-
why it's awesome. I can have a little puffball and it'll follow me around, it'll be my pet, and it can die, and it's
But
awesome.
It's so dumb.
So no, I mean,
don't
okay,
know.
okay. So the characters in Club Penguin are cute. Let's just get that out of the way. I mean, the
Yeah.
penguin
No.
models are so cute.
They haven't aged well though.
They
I
haven't
think
aged
just-
well at all.
They just
That's the
don't
thing.
look good.
They didn't upgrade it at all out of like the 12 years that it was in existence.
I'll tell you what though, it's aged a lot better than Neopets.
I forgot about Neopets.
I never did Neopets.
Dude, I had to explain to a 12-year-old the other day what a Tamagotchi was.
Tamagotchi.
I had to
Neopets is
explain that to
still
a
up,
12-year-old
apparently.
the other day.
Oh gosh.
Is this 90 Kids the podcast?
Pretty much, yeah.
90s kids.
Dude,
But no,
Tamagotchi.
Neopets looks terrible. I've seen a couple of videos of like Donkey playing it and stuff like
You
that.
guys want to have a Roblox stream and just have a bunch of Roblox sluts over at our apartments?
What?
Oh, wait, have you guys never seen that video? There's a
No.
video of like this bigger brother giving his little brother shit for being in so he like goes to his brother's room and he's like, "Oh, bro, you playing Roblox?" And then all of a sudden, and he like goes to his computer and he's like, "Dude, what's up with you having all these hoes in your apartment?" No, and he's like, "I'm gonna go tell your girlfriend that you have all these hoes in your apartment." He's like, "No, they just walked into my apartment." It's like a little 8-year-old and he's saying this shit to him. It's priceless.
I
God.
have not seen this.
Watch it. It's a great
Oh,
video.
gosh.
It's only like 40 seconds long, but it's fantastic.
Well, all right.
So-
Have we covered Club Penguin?
So
Or do we
my
have more
big
to
thing
s-
with Club Penguin, the saddest thing for me about Club Penguin closing, having not played the game at all in my entire life.
You never get
Is-
to play it now.
Well, I mean, I could play the Legacy build, but having never played it and never probably ever play it ever, unless we're streaming it, is the hilarious memes that came out of Club Penguin, because those are the
Dude.
best.
My favorite ever was the Club Penguin speed runs of trying to get banned. Dude, that was my favorite shit.
Where are all my fine penguin hoes?
Dude,
at?
and those are
you have been
some-
banned for saying a bad word.
Those are some pretty niche memes too.
They are. No, I think one of my favorites was like one where like he didn't even say anything bad. He was just like,
Hold
Or
on.
le-
Let's find a
there's
great one.
haven't people like made a swastika out of their characters too?
yeah,
like a
yeah.
lot of people, stuff like
No,
that.
oh, also there was one. Oh no, one of my favorites was him. Like it was a guy. He made like a knock knock joke, and then the last screen cap, it was a ban message, and it was like, "You were banned for saying, oh come on, you motherfuckers know that was funny."
Hold on. Hold on. I got it's coming up right now. It's coming up right now.
Oh, that was the best one.
Hold
Oh,
on. We're bringing this up into the podcast right now.
the dank
Do some
memes of it.
spicy memes.
Dude.
How do we do this? There's no space. It's okay. Cover my name.
Throw it in the bottom left. Throw it in the bottom left. No one's over there.
There you go.
I got to see it now. Hang on. It'll take a couple of seconds to pop up.
What does a penguin
Yeah,
do in a
man.
race? Don't know. They ping win. Get it? Because they won and they're penguins, lol.
You better stop laughing real fucking soon. I live for that shit right there.
Uh,
Uh,
But there's some other great ones, such as "That's a lot of lava. Looks hot. Would be a shame if someone fell in it."
oh god.
Uh,
Club Penguin.
Club Penguin. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sad to see it go. I kind of want to see them revamp it.
Dude, real quick though, that fucking like sledding racing game, that was some elite shit right there. Dude, that could have beaten Counter-Strike in the competitive scene, man.
what? Club Penguin
Where-
competitive?
That's
Dude.
literally the only mini game that's like a playable game.
No, they have the minecart one too.
It's
Here's my thing. Why the fuck would anyone pay a subscription to play that game?
what do you even get? Just stuff?
You get like a cool like house and like some coins and that's it.
Mm.
It was really dumb. All right, let's move on to the next one.
All right. So, what's our next topic? Oh, Battlefield 1 Premium Friends. So, for those of you who don't know what is going on, what we are talking about here on the Factually Opinionated podcast right now, EA made an announcement this week where if you have a premium subscription for Battlefield 1, your friends who without premium subscriptions can join you on the DLC maps. However, there's a caveat: you cannot earn XP.
You cannot earn XP, and you cannot spawn in any vehicle that's part of the DLC.
Yes.
You cannot spawn in them, but you can get in them, I believe.
Huh.
So
Now,
My
the
question
debate-
is what was the way they were doing it before? What do most
the other way they were doing it was like true DLC content, where it's like if you didn't have the DLC,
if you didn't have the DLC, you couldn't join the map. You cut out.
if you did not have Battlefield Premium, then you cannot play the DLC.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, no.
That's
I
a
mean,
step up.
or you have to buy. Well, you could still buy the DLC. You didn't have to have premium, but you had to own the DLC to play the DLC. Just
Now here's the issue that's been brought up by the community and everyone surrounding it. Yes, it's good for the people that play the game casually and they don't want to spend money to play with their friends and everything. But at the same time, you're kind of giving the shaft to everyone that paid for premium.
I disagree. Because
I get
it.
There was another game that did this, and it was
I don't know.
Fallout
there was
4,
one other.
Fallout 4 did
there
this
was-
to an extent, but I think you're thinking of Titanfall 1.
Well, how long
No,
has
maybe it might not have been Titanfall. It was
how
another.
long has this game been out now?
6
Battlefield
months ish.
Battlefield 1, yeah,
Yeah.
about
November,
6 months.
November, December.
I don't know,
January,
I
February,
feel
March.
like-
November, December.
So almost 6 months.
This late in the game's life, I don't think it's something that
But
you
I think
get
it has
up
like
in arms.
I think it still has like 3 more DLCs to come out though.
This is the
Oh,
first
really?
DLC, by the way. They're just now releasing the first DLC.
Yeah, they're just now releasing it and they're already shafting their premium.
See, that's the thing. Is I disagree with the shafting because yes,
What is
non-premium
the
friends,
premium membership? Like, what does it do?
It,
It
well,
gets you
it's
all the
basically your
DLC.
season pass.
Yeah, it's a season pass essentially.
So you get all the DLC for like $10 off, and you get to play it 2 weeks early.
Yeah.
But I mean, you still like if somebody else wants to play it, like you have the option of not letting them do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think this is shafting. I think this is they're what they're trying to do is they're trying to get is a marketing ploy more than
They're
anything.
trying to get a more inclusive. They want a more inclusive. They didn't. The way that they put it in their statement was that they wanted to address the issue of the community constantly being divided by DLC.
Right, and
Which-
I think it's good. I just
like
think
it, like,
they
don't get me
should have implemented it earlier. Obviously,
Yeah.
like that
But-
should have been from the get go.
And note that me, for instance, I'm not agreeing with the idea that premium people are being completely shafted by any means. But I mean, like, if I was a person that pre-ordered the game and got premium, I'd probably be a little bit ticked off, to be honest.
I see.
I don't know.
I don't know. I like as someone who's bought premium for every Battlefield game up to this point, I don't have an issue with it. I think it's
I
good.
feel like I would.
I
feel like I
really think it's good because when you have those people who don't buy the DLC, you have the people on your friends list who won't spend that money. Now you can play with them, and that's nice. And for me, I can play with my friends now, so it's
Well-
it
well, I don't play-
encourages social.
Here's the thing that I don't play with fucking scrubs. Okay.
You don't even play
damn.
Battlefield 1, so I don't want to hear you are a scrub right now.
No, being for real though. I mean, at least from my experience of playing multiplayer shooters that have DLC to them, is that oftentimes the people that play or the people that buy the DLC maps, they're a higher caliber player, and I'm totally fine with playing with those people, generally speaking. That is true. And so, I don't know. I
don't agree with that either, but
I mean, from my experience in Call of Duty, from all the times that I've bought every single bit of DLC, I can definitely attest to that.
this person right here bought every piece of DLC except for Ghosts and Infinite Warfare.
Fuck Ghosts.
And I bought all the DLC, and I'm not a high caliber player by any means.
A higher caliber player is what I'm saying.
I mean, it's the problem with DLC. I mean,
you're not gonna have 9-year-old pleb master supreme over here that's yelling at his mom on DLC is what I'm saying.
Well, just because he doesn't have the money to do it. I mean,
what if he's yelling at his mom to get him the DLC?
that works, I guess.
That's fair.
Well, I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't think it's shafting anybody, and I don't know what I mean. I would love to. I'd like to let you finish to see what point you're trying to make here.
Okay, I don't want to watch the video by any means, but look up what Lutin09, I believe is his name, Lutin. Lutin. He's a big Arma 3 YouTuber and streamer. And he brought up a very valid point about it that I found very interesting.
Just what did he bring up? I'm not gonna watch it here.
He brought up the fact that the last game that did this, and I cannot think of the name of it for the life of me, but the last time that a game like did that kind of thing, the community fell apart on it because people felt like they were being treated unfairly from the game that they so hardcorely supported.
I honestly think it was Titanfall, because I know Titanfall 1 charged for DLC and then made all the maps free about a year after release.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think it was Titanfall though. It was a different game.
But the other thing with Titanfall is it had a very strong fan base. So yeah. I mean, regardless, I mean, like, but it's not the same point for Battlefield 1, because it's not saying
that it will happen. It's saying that there is a fear of that.
Well, again, but this is different. This is not the DLC is free. This is, if you have a friend with premium, you can play with them, but if you go to play on your own, you don't get the DLC.
If you you actually had to be playing with your friend?
You have to be playing with your friend.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is like Gears of War 3.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah.
That makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, so there's no like shaft, and then you can't earn XP or get a vehicle. So I mean,
Did you find Lutin, by the way?
I'm not looking it up right now. I can't play on stream because
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lutin.
Because it will play it for everybody else, which I'm sure will be great.
But no, Lutin09 is the guy that I saw comment on that.
Well, see, I don't think this is about. I mean, one of the big things I've seen on the Battlefield subreddit, especially, has been the complaints about, or not even the subreddit, from like YouTubers who play it. I know Jack Frags had some stuff to say about this. I believe Blue Drake might have said something about it. I'm sure Level Cap has covered it.
I'm sure Level Cap has. I didn't even think about that.
But that the fact is that the fact they keep doing paid DLC, because paid DLC fractures the community. Especially in a game 100%. Like Battlefield 1, where they've waited so long to release that first piece of DLC on a game that really doesn't have that much content. The community is already dying, and now you're going to take that dying community and fracture it more by having people with DLC and people without DLC.
Yeah, no, like that's. I mean, you know how big of an advocate I am for free DLC.
I agree.
You know how much of a big advocate I am for that. And I'm, like I said, I'm not agreeing with the point. I'm simply saying that point of view does exist, and I'm saying that I understand it from those people's point of view. Because how much is premium?
$50.
So you're spending over $100 on a game.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Well, no, and I agree. Like I don't think, unless they refunded premium, I don't see any way that EA could make the DLC free at this point. If they want to make the DLC free, they've got to drop the premium for the next game. They can't do it now. It's too late.
No, or Battlefront.
Or whatever the next game is that would use this sort of model.
Battlefront's the next one.
They might do it, but I have a problem with games like Battlefield that do paid DLC and microtransactions.
I agree with that 100%.
That is not okay. That is not. I mean, that's double dipping.
Because the point of microtransactions is so that you don't have to make the rest of that DLC for money.
Yeah.
Like, that's the point of microtransactions. That's it.
That's what Halo 5 did really well. That's what Call of Duty.
It's funny. It's funny, which is funny because that's the system. I know we're not really talking about the topic right now, but that's what Heroes of the Storm is doing. They're doing in-game purchases and whatnot, the microtransaction. They're doing microtransaction stuff now so that they can really start paying for so that people don't have to pay for maps or anything. They've been doing free maps for a long time, but now I think they've really started to understand that, like, loot boxes and all sorts of other shit, like shards that can create skins and everything. And now they're understanding that that's how it works.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised that DICE as a developer hasn't figured that out yet.
I don't blame DICE. I blame EA.
That's fair.
EA's
always been like a shitlord about microtransactions. I mean, if you want to look at microtransaction hell, just go to FIFA
or Dead Space 3.
Or Dead Space.
Wait, did you guys talk about Mass Effect last week?
No.
Yes, we did.
Wait,
Yes, we
did we? Yeah, we did. We did talk. That's right.
Good old EA.
Yeah. Let's see. I have to give EA some credit though. They are trying to improve some things. I mean, but that's not saying much.
Does anyone remember what last E3 when they came out and they were like, "We're making a esports sports thing, yeah," and no one uses it,
and no one cared.
Wait, what is it?
It was like
it's basically like they're like, hey, so you know these sports games we have, we're gonna have legitimate esports leagues sponsored by EA ourselves, and we're gonna make it happen, and these people are gonna compete for thousands of dollars. And guess what hasn't fucking happened?
That.
Because no one cared.
Well, I mean, if they put
Well,
enough
no,
money
it's
for
funny.
it.
It's funny because the last FIFA game, a lot of people switched over to PES. A lot of people switched over to PES because it was actually the better game, which I don't doubt.
Well, let's also keep in mind too, EA is a company that thought it was a grand idea to do online passes. Remember that?
Origin.
Online passes are great. Oh, you want to play this game? Use game online? Sorry, you have to pay another $20.
Yeah, that was so stupid.
Oh,
glad that went away.
See, actually, one thing I did like though, and actually, this was a good hybrid, and I'd probably never do it again because I don't know.
This is great. I will never do it again.
No, they will never do it again. It was great, but they will never do it again. Was the Battlefield Bad Company 2 method, which is where it was before it was the precursor to the online pass, but with the game, you got a VIP code when you bought the game new. You got a VIP code. This VIP code got you all the DLC free.
Yeah.
If you bought the game used, that VIP code was probably no longer valid.
It was their way to kill the secondary market.
It was, but that was a better way to handle it than the online passes, because
I agree with that 100%.
You could pay $20 to get the VIP status, and it'll give you all the DLC.
Yep.
So it gave you a reason to buy the game new.
Yep.
Or you could buy it used, and if you didn't care about the DLC, you didn't have to worry about it.
That happened for Battlefield 3 too, didn't it?
No. Battlefield 3 is premium.
It was premium. That's right.
That was when they started the premium.
That's right, because I bought the Game of the Year edition from that. I remember now.
And see what the other problem with Battlefield is. I love Battlefield. Battlefield is probably my favorite shooter series. As much as I love Halo, as a more casual multiplayer shooter, I love Battlefield.
I get that. I mean, like it really immerses you in things, and I mean, sound quality is great, graphics are great, gunplay is pretty. It's a lot better than it used to be. I'll tell you that much.
But it's you know, like, but the DLC for Battlefield 3 was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
The DLC packs for Battlefield 3, the DLC packs for Battlefield 4 were kind of meh, and the DLC packs for Battlefield 1 I've heard are less than stellar. But I don't want to judge that too far because we only come out with one. Battlefield Hardline was a waste of money.
Yep. Everyone had complaints of that.
It wasn't necessarily that bad a game. It just wasn't a Battlefield game.
It should have been DLC.
I wouldn't even say that. I just say there was a lot of potential that it had that they didn't take advantage of.
That's fair.
Because they could have done a lot with like the cops and versus the robbers, except the pursuit game mode, or what it was called, just became Conquest on wheels.
Yep, pretty much.
And the maps were really small. There wasn't a lot of driving space.
It was. So, anything else to say about Battlefield 1 Premium fans?
I don't know. I think it's a great idea. I think it's good to get to keep people, or to try to bolster player counts. You can play with friends. You don't have to pay the money. But the XP, I mean, I still think you should be able to earn XP.
It's cool, but I'd rather not. I would just rather have them do microtransactions and free DLC.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But I
Honestly.
do think that at this point, if they switched to free DLC, that would be shafting over the premium members, and they would have.
No. I mean, not with this game.
Yeah, I agree. Like for future games.
Yeah. Future games, they just need to go straight microtransactions and be done with it. They should learn from every successful game that has existed on PC. Overwatch.
It'll be a
The
clash.
Legend. Fucking Counter-Strike. Dota. Like, look at all these games. Guess what
Team
they
Fortress
have?
2?
Microtransactions. What'd you say?
Team Fortress 2.
Team Fortress 2?
Hats. Wait, do I have? Oh, I don't. Have any
Team
hats.
Fortress
I don't
2
have
is
any hats.
objectively better than
That-
Overwatch.
That game got ruined. I remember that.
I don't have any hats that I can put on. They're near me. Otherwise,
That game got thoroughly ruined.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on. We got one more small topic to talk about before we get to our big topic.
I'd like to talk about Persona 5 a little bit.
Sure,
I know
go.
we didn't have that on the.
Go for it.
Go for
I-
it.
I mean, I don't have
I don't know
anything
too
in
much.
particular to say other than like, I really hope this game sells well because it's got a 94 on Metacritic, and like,
Does it really?
yeah, no, it's the second highest rated game of the year.
I
Damn.
suspect it will.
No, but after like I played Persona 4 and I didn't beat it, but I got decently far.
It's a
That
long
game is
game.
so good. Those games are so addictive and so interesting and fun. And I can't say enough good things about that series, but I still feel like it's a cult game just by its JRPG-ness.
You mean like
But that's-
Shenmue?
All I'm saying is that it shouldn't stop anybody from playing it. Just pick it up. You'll probably like it. It's so good.
Fair enough.
All right, so moving on to our next topic. So, about a month ago, Nintendo released this little console called the Nintendo Switch. It's a console, it's a portable console hybrid. And so there's 2 years ago, this real big game this real small little game came out. It was like soccer with cars or something like that. You may have heard of it. It kind of became it peaked a little bit. It kind of became a little bit big deal. It's called Rocket League.
Yeah, Rocket League.
Rocket League. You may have heard of this game called Rocket League. Well, apparently, there is some consideration by the developer Psyonix about bringing Rocket League to the Switch. They're currently considering bringing Rocket League to the Switch. Now, I want to go ahead and start this off as you open your mouth, Enver. I want to start this off. I think this is a fantastic idea. I mean,
Oh,
straight,
I completely agree. And if they make it like they do with PlayStation, I can shit on little 8-year-olds that have a Switch, I will be completely happy.
Dude, but like having Rocket League on the go is pretty sick.
That's awesome. Like, no, I'm thinking about it from like a travel perspective. It's
Yeah.
like, let's say I'm out with like let's see, like we all go on like a trip together to like
You're at a hotel or
okay,
something.
let's say we go to freaking RTX, okay? We can play Rocket League together on the way there, or we can play at the hotel.
You could do split screen for gosh, like it's so dope.
Like,
That'd be
that's
such a great thing.
It's so sick. I love the idea of it.
I mean,
It fits the console so well.
I honestly think that it'll run really well too.
It's not a graphically intensive
no,
game.
not at all.
Right.
It's optimized
looks
really
good.
well too.
It looks good, but
It's not graphically intensive.
yeah.
Yeah. It's
No.
well, I don't think it's well. First of all, I mean the Switch needs all the games, third-party games that come to it, and if you're a Nintendo connoisseur, if you will, and have only bought Nintendo consoles, you haven't played this game, and you deserve to play the game. It's a fantastic game.
It's a great game. There's a high skill cap on it. There's a big learning
Oh my
curve,
gosh,
but
the
it's
skill
so
cap.
much fun.
It's a really satisfying learning curve though.
Super
Because
satisfying.
usually
learning curve.
this kind of game doesn't interest me at all, but it's so much fun. Like I don't know.
I will say
It's
the one issue I have with Rocket League, or with the learning curve, is that there's definitely a jump between, like, the on ground versus the in air.
Oh, the aerials.
Yeah.
There's a very steep hill between like being really good on stuff on the ground and being really good at aerial stuff.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
like there's a lot of car manipulation things that I know people that can keep the ball on the nose of their car and float through the air. Like
Yeah.
there's some people that are just insane at doing it, and then there are other people that are just horrendous and can't do it to save their life.
Most people fall somewhere in the middle where they're not magic men that can make it stay on the nose. But
For instance, when I first bought the game, I played a game of hoops, which you have to knock it in the air and do aerials in order to knock that bitch in. It was a scoreless game for 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
30 minutes of us with
Why
our
is it that long?
Because we couldn't score.
Oh, that's right. Oh yeah.
We couldn't score. And like we're all in that game, and you know how we won? It looked like I hit a ball and it looked like it was kind of going. I don't know if it would have or not. And then one of the other guys quit. And he was like, no. They both both of them logged out and it was done. And I'm like, well, that happened.
There we go. Rage quitting.
Dude.
Rage quitting after a 30-minute game.
Did it go in though?
No, because the game ended before it went in.
Dude, slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah, because both of them quit before the game ended.
Okay.
It was
is there really much more to say about? I mean, there's really not much to say about this.
I mean, I think it's a perfect game for the console.
Yeah, it's so good, and apparently, I mean, I'm sure you guys know this, but apparently, porting games to the Switch is really
Whoa, we
easy
lost you.
compared to the
Wait,
Wii
we
U.
lost you there for a second. Say it again.
Basically, like porting games to the Switch is much easier than porting games to the Wii U. Apparently, by the very nature, like it supports Unreal 4, I think. So,
nice.
like they can
Unreal Engine.
apparently, I forget who it was, but some company that was porting their game, I think it was Shovel Knight. They said that they got they got the game up and running on the Switch in about a week.
Oh wow.
So they were able to just completely transfer their thing like really easily.
That's really
So,
sick, actually.
I think it'd be a good financial thing for them to do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It would be, and plus, like it's one of those games that it can be played by all ages and everything, and that's kind of what the Switch is going for. And also, a real quick, kind of a side note, off topic, but speaking of Unreal Engine, if I get into this closed beta for Quake, I will let you guys know.
All right then.
I'll let you know. Hopefully, I get into it.
So according to this article by VG247 on this topic, article by Stephanie Nunnally, published on the 29th of March 2017, Rocket League Studio still in quote-unquote evaluation phase on Switch, as it's too early to say yes or no. Apparently, according to quote the article, speaking with IGN, Studio Vice President Jeremy Dunham said the team is still evaluating whether bringing Rocket League to Switch would, quote, benefit the community as a whole. We are looking to see what the technical requirements are, Dunham said. We're looking to see what kind of true community demand there is. We're still in that evaluation phase. So, it's not confirmed. And
Not confirmed, but I think it's a very wise decision.
I will say this, looking at the comments real quick, user The Brand makes a really good point. He or she says, it's casual enough to fit a Nintendo console really well, and they certainly need some online hits, but I doubt the experience would travel very well unless they added some kind of fun offline mode. That is a very valid point, because if you could do local multiplayer over the Switch connection with other Switches,
Doesn't it have a Wi-Fi connection though?
yeah,
Yeah,
well,
it
yeah,
can have a Wi-Fi connection. I think the big thing is that I mean, you could still play like the League mode, and you can do split screen with that on the go. That's kind of a cool thing.
That is an incredible thing.
well,
yeah,
I don't. The split
And I
screen would
mean-
require the use of the Joy-Cons, the separate Joy-Cons.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
And that's fine because I mean that's
For-
how the
for-
game rolls. You only need
Yeah.
one. You only need one analog stick for that game anyway.
Yeah, you don't need. Yeah, you don't need anything extra.
No, like,
So
no,
literally, you have a
you
built-in.
definitely use both analog sticks.
No,
No, you really
Mm-mm.
don't.
you don't. I don't.
Because you
my
lock on the
question is-
ball, right?
Well, I mean, I switched from locking on the ball and off of it.
Yeah, but you
Here
have
and
to
there.
have that second controller to switch the camera.
Mm-mm. No, you don't. All you do is all I do is hit triangle and I lock onto the lock off of it. The only
Yeah.
reason why you would need that second analog stick is to look around, and you're looking for the ball anyway. Y or the triangle doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think for the most part it'll translate really well.
I think it'll translate
Joy-Con.
perfectly to that
I'm
console.
looking
and,
at
and also I don't like that argument at the same time, because it's like, okay, cool, then you can make the same argument against Smash Bros. You know what I mean? Like, okay, then that's saying like, oh, Smash Bros isn't gonna do well when it's portable, kind of thing. Well,
Wait,
that's
why?
already been proven.
Well, I
What?
mean, Smash Brothers doesn't need an extra stick though.
Yeah,
I
Smash
can
Bros. doesn't
understand
need
the
that.
arguments for that.
Rocket League doesn't need one either. It doesn't.
I
Rocket
don't
League
think it does
uses
either.
Rocket League uses that second stick for camera swivel and rear view.
That's it. But guess what? No,
It's
I never
perfectly
used rear
playable
view.
without it,
I've never used rear view, ever.
Doesn't
I've never-
just because you haven't doesn't mean other people haven't.
I,
Just
I,
like you
I'd
said.
like to see.
I've watched pro players. Like I've watched like people that play the game a lot on stream. They don't use the look behind.
Do they usually do the pro players switch between?
They switch from ball lock and ball lock off.
Okay,
They switch a lot. They switch a whole lot because they want to be able to see where the boosts are,
right.
and they also want to see like a visual of the field like in different perspectives and whatnot.
But I mean, a mildly compromised game is still like playing Rocket League. Imagine playing that on a plane or something. Like you're hanging out with a friend, and you're in a secluded place, and you can do split screen Rocket League. Like it's a no-brainer, even if it is a little bit funky.
Exactly. Like
mean,
I think it'll do really, really well.
But I mean,
if they
again,
release
that's up to. I mean, that's also up to Psyonix though, because
Yeah.
I mean, you may say, well, that's not gonna make a big deal, but again, I'm gonna reiterate the fact that there are people who do use those controls actively, who would need the use of that control. There are people who probably would use those controls if it wasn't so janky.
I'm just saying, I don't know
I mean,
anyone. That
Hey,
uses
Mr.
the
Beardley,
camera.
welcome to the stream, man. It's been a while. How have you been?
I don't think I've ever seen anyone use the swivel camera.
Well, we could.
I
what
mean,
they
I
could
know
do-
I know I've used it.
I've never touched it.
I mean, this
There's
might be
not
controversial, but if they because right now they have cross-platform play, right?
Yes.
Yes.
They only
So-
they only have it from PlayStation to PC though.
No, not true.
Oh, they have it for Xbox now too. That's right.
So okay, if they just locked, if this might be controversial, but if they locked people out of the online modes when they're using the Joy Cons, so that there's no direct competition. You know what I'm saying? There's no unevenness of skill level.
Well, I mean, I agree with. I still think I still think the split screen with the Joy Cons. I don't think it would work that well. I don't think so. I mean,
I think it would work perfectly.
You
I
don't-
think
I
it would
mean-
work fine. It really would. Once again, like your control scheme is a little bit more like slightly. Your field of view is slightly more limited, and that's
But-
it.
Yeah.
But not only that, because Rocket League, I mean, you can do 1v1, but there's only so much you can do with 1v1. I guess you'd add bots. But
Bots get insane in Rocket League. Oh my god.
I have been well, Mr. Beardley. I have been well. How yeah, you already answered. You already answered it. Great.
But
Well, I mean,
no,
like,
like,
how
Rocket
is
League
the-
bots don't play.
Yeah, a lot of my
Rocket League
early
bots don't play at all. Oh my
a lot
god.
of my early experiences with the game were just like me and a friend doing a tournament mode thing, and just keep starting over a new one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
and,
true. Like,
but
that's eventually over time, it is mostly an online game. So the point being made is, regardless of split screen, is that Rocket League on the go, if you don't have a Wi-Fi connection, wouldn't be
I mean,
wouldn't
you could
wouldn't
make,
be all that interesting.
I mean, no, you can make. I mean, okay, I'll make the same argument for a game like FIFA. Like, people play it offline all the time because the computers are actually comparable. Like, they actually are good, and like you can face against them and actually have a good time.
yeah, I mean, and if they had Switch exclusive content, if they put a little bit of effort into it,
They threw a Mario Kart in there, dude.
yeah.
Oh,
The Zelda card.
They throw some DLC stuff in there.
Oof, oof.
Some Nintendo exclusive.
I
Wait,
think,
wait. Here's the thing, though. Would I have to do the stupid Nintendo content creator thing if I was just playing Rocket League?
yes.
Hey, what do you mean by
No,
stupid?
no, it's only Nintendo games, not Nintendo.
It's only
not third party.
Nintendo exclusive games. Okay, cool.
But
Even if it's on the Switch, that's sick.
yeah, I think it'd be a good fit, and I think there is the portable nature is pretty interesting, and even if it's not very portable, it's just a good game for Nintendo to have,
Truth.
and a good
I agree.
proof of concept to bigger indie devs.
I agree.
I think Nintendo's been very good with their indie titles. Have you guys researched the indie games that they're bringing to the Switch? They announced this about two or 3 weeks ago.
I haven't seen it yet.
The like 20 or so. They call them Nintendies.
What? Okay, I've heard
Nintendies.
that. I've heard
Ah.
that. I've had that. I've heard that phrase before.
But all of the games look fantastic, and I mean, they're bringing. Of course, they have the exclusive Shovel Knight stuff that they're doing. There's a game that looks a lot like Advance Wars, if you know what that is.
No idea.
It's like that, but kind of in a medieval high fantasy setting.
Okay.
It's basically a tactical game.
Okay.
What else do they have? A lot of like previously unannounced stuff too, but they've really prioritized getting those kinds of games on the Switch, and that's a really good thing for a mobile platform, because indie games are less intensive. They don't, generally speaking, they don't demand a lot from the console, and they're honestly like just really good to play on mobile. They're usually bite-sized experiences, so it matches the console really well.
Mm-hmm.
So if that becomes their third-party plan, you know what I'm saying? Like it's fine maybe if they don't have every single third-party person on board in terms of AAA, but if they have a really, really sturdy indie base where it's the perfect supplement to, say, a PC gamer, then I think that's a really cool stance to have in the market.
So
I agree with that.
I just want to take a moment real quick, guys. Take a quick little break here and just say again, welcome, Mr. Beardley. If you guys haven't checked out Mr. Beardley, he's an awesome streamer with an awesome beard. You should go give him a like, give him a view, give him a follow. Yeah, we all wish we had a sexy beard, but I'm posting his channel in chat now. So if you guys haven't checked him out yet, please go give. For those of you watching on YouTube, it is twitch.tv/Mr. Beardley, MrBeardly.
I
And
wish
so,
I had a beard.
Please go check him out. Great streamer, awesome friend of ours, and glad to see you back on the stream, man. Thank you for your support.
Hi, Mr. Beardley. I've never met you before.
I wish I had a beard.
I've got like a half-ass neck beard thing right now. It does a good. It defines my jawline, so that's nice. But that's
I've got like nothing. I'm a baby face.
But of course, Mr. Beardley, no problem. We appreciate your support. Appreciate our fellow streamers.
So is that all we wanted to say about switchy things with Rocket Leagues?
Yeah,
unless you had something else to say about Nintendo and indies, Matt.
I was just gonna say, I think Nintendo deserves the game. It's a fantastic game. Everybody deserves to play the game. It's a wonderful game. I'm not sure how well it will work for the. I don't think the split screen would work all that well. Just see how it plays, like single player on the console. Would be. I think that could do it very well. Again, we'll have to see. With how well it translates to portability. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see what they do. We'll see what Psyonix does. See what they. And now to our big topic, our final official topic. And if you guys have any topics in chat, please let us know. We'd love to talk about it. Any questions, any comments, let us know. We'll be happy to bring on the discussion. And also, if you guys are interested in guest starring on the Factually Opinionated podcast at some point, just let us know. Join our Discord. Send us a message, and we will.
If you are a fellow streamer, let us know.
Yeah, if you're a fellow streamer and you'd like to be on the podcast, if you're a viewer and you'd like to be on the podcast, just let us know. We'll be glad to talk to you about it. We'd love to have as many guests as possible.
We shall contemplate.
I just realized that our banner has like my username and Extreme Psychosis.
Yes, it still does.
We need to update a little bit.
That is on Rolix. He has it. I don't. Also, we just have to update it.
Yeah. So
all you gotta do, you just gotta throw like some blue rectangles over shit. You'll be fine.
But yeah, so if you guys go down in the description and you can see the link. Sorry for cutting you off there.
You're good. You
can see the link to our Discord. Just join our Discord. Come talk with us, and we'll be happy to talk with you about bringing you on sometime.
Yeah.
What
I was gonna say, I was gonna plug myself. I'm not actually a member of Vistinium anymore, at least.
But we love you.
Yes, we still love you.
Aw, thank you guys.
If you can't, can you see it? Can you see it?
But I think I may be streaming later tonight on my own channel with my friend Zach. I won't say his last name because I don't know if he cares about that. Probably not.
What's your channel name?
Well, my channel name. I think we're gonna go to V Streamers, but you can change your Twitch name, right?
Yes.
And I think we're finally gonna do that. And we had a separate channel called Bargain Binge where we play really cheap games. And we were gonna start a review channel, but it just turned into too much, and then we were doing music stuff and all sorts of other bullshit. So
real life happened.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, real life happens really quickly and really fast.
But I think what might happen is I might delete the second channel for Bargain Binge and then change V Streamers to Bargain Binge. Simply because I have way more followers on that.
I feel that.
Fair point. Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
I haven't streamed on my channel in forever though.
Hey,
But-
I mean, last time I was on there was Cookie Clicker.
Yeah.
Good time.
That's right. That was a really fun stream.
That was the first time I was ever on a stream.
Oh, that's right.
So
That was
when
That was when GTA 5 came out. I just
Oh,
want to
wow.
put that in perspective real quick.
I just remember us like making note cards of our top 10 games.
I remember that. I
Yeah.
remember that.
So-
yeah, we basically we used to stream Cookie Clicker a lot just as a way to do a podcast kind of thing like
And
this
then-
before
and then
Twitch had podcasts.
Mhm.
Yep, and Red Dead Redemption ended up as my number one. Still is. I remember that.
But anyway, enough about me. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you for coming
Let's
on.
move on
Yeah.
to
Actually, I want to do a little bit more housekeeping stuff. So again,
Sure.
just real quick.
for it.
So last week we aired the first episode with our new format over here on our Twitch channel for the Factually Opinionated podcast, and we said the Factually Opinionated podcast will be happening at some point in 2-week blocks. So instead of just saying every other week, so there will be at least one podcast in every 2-week block. So
Yep.
podcasts may be back-to-back weeks. It may be the first week and the last week. So maybe, but there'll be at least one podcast in every 2-week block.
Two shows will happen every month.
Every month. So at least.
At least 2 shows will happen every month.
So last week was our show. This week is our show for next weekend. So we may not have a podcast next weekend. But there may be something might happen. We may try to
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But this is our official one for this 2-week
Jesus.
block. So
I just realized how busy I am.
yeah. So
hey, I'd be happy to do this again. This is pretty fun.
Oh yeah, dude. Anytime.
So let's go ahead and move on to the last one. There's a lot to say about
Yay.
this.
And,
All right.
and I have got a lot to talk about with some recent experiences of mine.
I actually don't know that much about the specifics of this, so it'll be
Okay.
nice to hear from you
All right.
guys.
So
Sick.
for those of you who don't know, the FCC in 2016, late 2016, worked to pass a set of rules that would guarantee consumer privacy over the internet service providers. Basically, it required internet service providers to make reasonable efforts to secure your data, your browsing data, and to require them to give opt-in or opt-out options before they could do anything with your data, such as sell it to advertising companies and people like that who would like to know your browsing history so they can sell things to you. So it was a pretty big deal. And almost immediately coming into 2017, when the new administration came in, congressional Republicans in the Senate made a push to create a resolution that repealed those rules under what's called the Congressional Review Act. Now, the Congressional Review Act is basically where Congress says this agency, we feel like they made an oversight, they overstepped their boundaries, and we're going to repeal their rules in lieu of official legislation from us. That is our job, that is our goal. And so the Senate passed the bill last week. We talked about it on the podcast. 50 to 48 was the vote. All 50 votes for repealing were Republicans, but not all Republicans voted to repeal.
Yep, and I will discuss that in a moment.
And so some Republicans did vote to repeal, or did vote to not repeal, but so it passed, went to the House. The House had their discussion this week and voted on Tuesday. Tuesday was the vote, and the
Tuesday?
House
It was
voted 215 to 205 to pass the repeal. After several
The
hours of
resolution.
debate,
Yeah, the resolution.
to pass this resolution to repeal the FCC privacy rules. So now the last step is onto Donald Trump's desk, the President Trump's
The
desk.
supposed last step. If it passes, it's the last step. If it gets vetoed, it has to go through the House again.
Well,
and if it goes to the House again, it's not going to pass.
What do you
well,
think that
the
Trump's
la-
gonna do?
The last step is Trump signing.
Well, no. Here's the thing, though. Okay, I understand. Like you're like, oh yeah, Trump's gonna sign it and everything. I'm like, he's got a lot of inner turmoil with his own party. He has a lot of it, and
that is true. But I'm going to cut you off there because Trump has been very vocal about his support for FCC Chairman Ajay Pai, who is currently pulling out these. He's leading the charge to repeal these resolutions.
That is.
I think we're fucked. I think it's already pretty much a done deal.
Yeah,
it's pretty much a done deal at this point.
So I personally, just to give some context, I actually watched the debates, the House debates for Congress, and I want to tell you guys some of the stuff that I heard because it was so stupid. I couldn't believe what I was hearing, to be honest.
Did you hear it on both sides? Like, shitty?
Like this was like, I was watching C-SPAN.
Right.
So I was watching the debate as it happened.
Right.
And so I know, Timber, you've got some thoughts and you've got some things on it as well.
Yes.
From a different perspective from what you've seen. But this is big news because basically what this means is that internet service providers will be able to sell your data to advertise, your browsing data to advertisers. And there was an argument about a VPN, like about VPNs. And we were actually having a discussion about VPNs earlier in our
we were
in our group.
earlier today.
And I was actually thinking about it. I'm not sure if VPNs will cover this. Because you still have to use the VPN on your ISP's IP.
That's true.
So your VPN hides your IP address to everyone else.
But it does encrypt everything.
That is true. There is some.
It does encrypt. It does encrypt, which it's not foolproof, but it is. But it does make things a lot harder.
Yeah.
A lot harder.
So they might still be able to see things.
Yeah.
But
so real quick, at least from my perspective of it, so this bill was proposed by how many people in the Senate? Was it like 20?
It was co-sponsored by, I believe, 25 or so.
25, 20. Both of the senators from my home state of Arkansas were part of that group. And real quick, one second, I got to emphasize this really fast. Y'all took some pussy change. Like what? Ted Cruz is over here taking $45,000 from, I think, Verizon Wireless alone. And then Tom Cotton, who is the senator, who's one of the senators from my home state, he took $1,000. If you're going to sell my information, like at least take a good amount of money. Like, come on, don't sell me. Like, I'm worth more than that. Come on. Like, it infuriated me.
This should have been multiple thousands of dollars. $45,000. Okay, actually, can I just point a moment on something a point you made, Timber?
Yeah.
Ted Cruz
took $45,000 from one company. Company alone.
But Ted Cruz co-sponsored the bill. Marco Rubio co-sponsored the bill.
Rand Paul did.
Rand Paul.
Yeah, Rand Paul did
this bill. That
actually makes sense.
I was furious.
It doesn't completely surprise me, but the thing is, though, I'm just like, Rand, you were like the one source of hope I had.
Well, I mean, Rand Paul's like anti-government. He's
very
libertarian thing.
He's very libertarian about it.
Yeah, libertarian
is also very for the people.
Yeah. Like, it's very people power, and like in this situation, it's like you're letting not a government agency control.
You know what's ironic?
But you're letting people of power holding it.
That the libertarians are supposed to be for the people, but so's the government. So who's right here? Oh, maybe the regulations do something. Imagine that.
What? Regulations protecting the American consumer? Common sense logic? Why should we keep that in place? Who knows?
Maybe it does something. I don't know. What do I know?
But anyway,
I'm dumb.
So after it passed the Senate and I saw the infuriating chump change that I saw my information being sold for, I sought out my representative from my home state in my district,
which I'll just go say his name is French Hill, and he sent I sent him a message about my concerns about the bill and like why I thought it was an endangerment to us as American citizens and everyone involved, including people in Congress. And to me, he sent me this. Thank you for contacting me to express. Well, I'm not even gonna read the whole thing. So essentially, he was like, I really do like, I appreciate your thoughts, and he's like, I've definitely taken them into consideration. And he's like, you're not the only person that has expressed these feelings and everything. And he's like, and because of that, I am in complete support of the people that I am representing over, which is what you do. By the way, Representative French Hill is a Republican. 100. Yeah. He's a stone cold Republican, and under this, he told me that he opposed the bill, he was against it, and that he spoke out against it and everything of that nature. And he said it was really sad to see that my colleagues did not see eye to eye with me on this subject, and that and then he even went on to prove to me that he knew what he was talking about, and it wasn't just like some lobbyist that was telling him this. He literally explained this to me in an email of like why he was against it. He had like 2 full paragraphs on why he was fully against it, and that
can I wait for you to bring up that part that you were talking about me earlier?
Yes, and
I have a way I want to go with that.
And so he went on to say in the email that, you know, like I'm going to continue to fight for everyone's privacy of internet and for net neutrality, essentially in this email. And the one thing that he brought up that I found very compelling, that I know Nolo here also found compelling, was that it was this paragraph. Under the blocked FCC rule, ISPs would have been required. What?
Are you bringing up what you brought up earlier?
I'm bringing up what I brought up earlier.
Can you wait for that real quick?
Okay, yes, I can wait for that.
Because I have a way I want to get. I want to bring that up later, because I want to talk about the debate if I can.
But the thing is, though, here's my thing. My big thing from all of this is that this is like one of the first did a representative or senator or anything, because this is a really big issue to me personally. Yeah. Because net neutrality is massive to me, because I mean that's where we operate. This is where our generation is going to be doing business in the future.
We're Vestinium. We are on the internet.
We're on the internet. Like, that's how it is. And to see something like this be passed out is just showing us that it's allowing. This is giving more power to ISPs, which isn't what we need right now, because they're already abusing the power that they have.
Well, I mean, my question is what do like 40 to 70-year-old white Republicans know about the internet, and what did they use the internet for, where they would understand why we were having these issues with it?
And guess what? Representative, and here's the thing: there's no excuse. Because Representative French Hill, who is a 61-year-old man, he's the same age. He understands this.
Well, it's
there's no excuse. Like, there's no absolute excuse for this.
And here's what I want to bring up. So, like I said, I watched the debate on C-SPAN, and I actually wrote a whole rant about this. And I don't know if you guys, I think some of you guys have read it, like I shared it with you guys. But I wrote a whole rant about this, and so I'm looking at that right now to like get some points. But the problem I had was that the Republican argument, because it was very clearly party-sided against party lines. The Republicans would speak and they'd be in support of it. The Democrats would speak and they'd be against it. And
real quick, I'd like to say this. A lot of us here at Vestinia are very bipartisan. We might lean a little bit one way or another. I tend to lean a tiny bit more on like libertarian liberal side of things, just a tiny bit. But the thing is, though, like we're all pretty centered in politics.
We try to be neutral about it.
Yeah.
We
try to take a look at the facts and then
be unbiased by party politics and look at the facts.
I mean, everyone has bias. We just try to have a minimal amount of it.
Speak for yourself. I'm a sovereign citizen.
Get out. Just delete it from the podcast.
The chemtrails are making the friggin' frogs gay.
I like to eat. I like to
fuck. I like to fight. I like to make children.
Alex Jones.
Oh god.
Anyway, though.
Vote in the comment, vote in the chat now if you want to see Alex Jones as a guest.
please.
Bring on Infowars.
Bring on info. Joe Rogan.
Dude,
Get 'em
I would
all.
shit-
Donald Trump will be on this podcast eventually.
Dude, I would shit my pants if we got Alex Jones on here. I would love it, honestly. Like, he's so crazy and I love it.
Yeah, we talked about this the
All
other
right,
day.
so
we did.
so everything was very partisan. Republicans were in support of it, Democrats were against it. But the Republicans and the Democrats had two very different arguments. Obviously, the Democrats were very much the argument of, this deletes the privacy rules that protect the consumer. My constituents don't want it. My phone's been one of the guys was like, my phone's been ringing off the hook constantly, people telling me they don't want this repealed, they want these privacy rules, and this was like, it's like protecting the American consumer. The Republicans had some really weird arguments and counter arguments to the Democrats' points. I believe he is from, hold on, let me get his name. The person leading it on the leading the Republican side was Republican Bill Flores, or Representative Bill Flores, for the U.S. House of Representatives, Texas's 17th district. And he was kind of leading. He was leading the Republican side, and the other side was a representative from Pennsylvania. I'm gonna try to get his name real quick. Michael Doyle.
I know who that is.
Yeah, Democratic Representative Michael Doyle was heading up the Democrat side of the conversation. And so Representative Flores had some really interesting things to say, as well as the people he called up and yielded his time to. Actually, on an off note, if you guys haven't ever watched a congressional session, it's really kind of interesting how it works. Even though it's kind of boring.
It's boring, and then all of a sudden you'll have little excerpts of did they really say that? Did that happen? I've had that happen before. It's an experience.
But it's really interesting because they get a certain amount of time. Each side gets a certain amount of time to speak, like an hour of speaking time. And then,
hello-ish darkness. Hello. Sorry, continue.
What?
I was just saying hi to Ish Darkness.
Oh, what's up, Ish Darkness? Welcome to the stream. How you doing tonight, man? Or woman? I don't know.
I see a girl emoji. I'm gonna assume female, but then I'm assuming. So therefore, I am Siscum.
I'd be the guy eating on the bottom if I was in a podcast.
Dude, that's me.
Hi, V-streamers.
I get my chips from Qdoba.
Chips.
Dude,
they're very lovely.
Qdoba sounds so fucking good right now.
But anyway, that
sounds fucking lovely.
So the Republicans' arguments were they were so weak, and it was hard to listen to, frankly, because it was the stupidity coming out of their mouths.
I think Representative Hill actually brought that up. That he put in.
So a couple of points that were made by the Republicans I just want to bring up. So one of the things that Representative Flores from Texas kept bringing up was basically the idea that this was an overreach. The FCC had overstepped their boundaries because this was the FTC's area. And so the FCC has regulated these ISPs. That's the FTC. The FTC already has, the Federal Trade Commission already has all these things in place to protect consumer privacy. So if we pull back the FCC rules, the FCC will then be on their old playing field, and we level that field so the FCC and the FTC can work together and continue to do the things they're supposed to do. And it was interesting because the Democrats kept bringing up the fact that every time he would say this, Representative Doyle from Pennsylvania would go, by law, the FTC cannot regulate data privacy.
Yep.
It cannot, and that's what Representative Hill brought up in the email that he sent to me. I can actually read the exact sentence.
Bring up that part.
Yeah, under the blocked FCC rule, ISPs would have been required to obtain opt-in consent for sharing any sensitive information and allowing for an opt-out to prevent sharing non-sensitive information, such as email address or service tier information. By the way, service tier information includes credit card numbers. Real quick. I believe that I believe that involves credit card numbers. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it is. Many of my colleagues that argued against the rule accurately noted that the FCC would only apply to ISPs. FCC rule would only that's real quick. That's a big thing. So only the FCC rule would only apply to ISPs and not to websites, which is under the FTC. Now wait, and other internet companies such as Google or Facebook. Websites and other companies like Google and Facebook are all under the same category. So it is also important to note that regulation of ISPs is currently under the jurisdiction of the FCC, and the regulation of websites is under the authority of the Federal Trade Commission.
The FTC.
So the FTC, websites and other internet companies such as Google and Facebook, FTC, ISPs, FCC. That's the big distinction here. Both the FCC chairman and the FTC chairman have states that their commitment to creating a comprehensive and consistent framework for privacy regulations that applies to both ISPs and websites. However, that cannot happen unless the FCC has those regulations.
Yes. Yeah. So yes. Yeah. H3 did do a video about this. Okay, it's a big deal. And I understand you don't follow politics, and that's okay. I mean, this is kind of, I've been sort of following along.
Here's the skitty. Net neutrality, good.
Net neutrality, a great thing.
Not having agency over your personal info, bad.
Very bad.
But like, even so, I mean, it's not just like politics. I mean, this is just like, this is information. This is your privacy and your information security. This is important to everybody who uses the internet.
Yeah. Like, it's literally everyone. And I don't think that congressmen understand that, because now there have been like GoFundMes and websites that are like, hey, let's scrounge up a bunch of money to get all the weird porn that these people are watching.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think there's any question about they understand it.
I genuinely don't think they get it. Because if they did, because here's the thing, if they did understand it, then they would want to put in a clause that would make it to where government officials wouldn't apply to it.
I do not think that the people who are writing this bill use the internet regularly and use the internet effectively.
I completely agree with that.
I think any internet-based research that they're doing is entirely through their staff. I think that most of these politicians just do not understand our generation or just regular internet browsing and like the effects of it. You know what I mean?
I mean, like, okay, listen, like,
and most of our generation doesn't understand it either. That's the thing.
They don't get when I can ask like students here at the college that I go to, that like I could literally go and ask them, be like, hey, like, do you know what net neutrality is? I think only like 1 out of 5 or 2 out of 5 might know.
Well, I think it's one of those things where if you tell them, sorry, if you ask what's net neutrality, they're not going to know. But if you ask them what do you think of this, the basic idea of what net neutrality is, they'll be like, yeah, I agree with that completely. I think it's just one of those things that you don't hear a lot about what it is. You just hear that words. It's like, oh, net neutrality is good. Well, what is net neutrality?
But, and also, I agree.
Someone looking up midget porn.
Dude, Ted Cruz, I got money on it. I got money on that motherfucker. He has to be watching midget porn. He has to.
That is the slightly melted wax face of somebody who looks at midget porn.
He eats freaking tonsil stones on camera. Like he has to.
So Debate used to saying, Ish, why not just continue how it was before? No one was complaining. Well, unfortunately, I think a lot of this came down to the fact that the Obama administration, the FCC chairman under the Obama administration, put in. And there's been a lot of just kind of this anti-Obama. It's like, if Obama did it or someone under Obama did it, it's bad. And that's and you may disagree with Obama. I don't agree with everything Obama did by any means. But just because someone under Obama did it doesn't make it bad. And I hate that that's kind of the party, the symptoms of the party.
And just because someone from another party did something doesn't mean that the entirety of it is bad.
Yeah.
Like, even if parts of it are bad, doesn't mean the whole thing is. Like, you know. So I mean, we saw that with the American Healthcare Act. Like, it was basically just Obamacare.
So going back to what I was saying about the debates. So you were saying, the FCC has control over the ISPs, the FTC has control over the websites. So already so you're saying that the FTC enforces ISP privacy, which doesn't work. It isn't what they're meant to do. But also, there was a ruling last year by the Ninth Circuit Court covering this, that the FTC does not have jurisdiction to enforce privacy and data security rules for ISPs because they were reclassified as common carriers.
Yep.
And so that means that the FCC has sole control over them. So making the argument that the FTC already has these things in place and needs to work on enforcing them makes no sense, because they can't. They have no legal ability.
By law, they cannot do anything about it.
They have no legal ability to enforce any data rules, any privacy rules that they come up with. So the FCC, these rules were the only thing that was protecting the consumer privacy from the internet service providers, from Comcast, from Verizon, from
we're already
AT&T.
From AT&T. I mean, and here's the thing: we're already getting shafted by these companies. Like, do we really need it anymore?
I just like the memes Obama made. The Biden memes are the best.
Real quick, tiny bit of a segue. George Bush has become a meme again, and it makes me so happy. No, did you see what he said? Did you hear his comments about the Trump inauguration?
No.
And I quote, and it's on recording. Yeah, that was some weird shit. Like, he literally said it.
That's funny.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, dude, I lost my mind.
So that was, I mean, that's a big thing, is the Republicans were saying, well, let the Federal Trade Commission do their job and enforce this, except that's not the Federal Trade Commission's job. So that's the Federal Communications Commission, the FCC's job. And so it's like, what? And every time the Democrat would step up, Michael Doyle would be like, doesn't matter how many times you guys say it. The FTC has no jurisdiction to enforce privacy rules over internet service providers.
Yep. That is by law. That it's on paper. You cannot deny that.
Now, granted, that is a Ninth Circuit Court decision, which means only states that are affected by the Ninth Circuit Court, which I think is like West Coast, Hawaii, Alaska, California, only those states are actually affected by that ruling. However, that's one of the things that's very typical of these things is if it gets challenged in court somewhere else, you say, well, the Ninth Circuit Court said this. And the court takes that very heavily into consideration.
Yep. It's gonna be a very compelling next couple of months to see what happens.
So another point that was brought up was continuously the Republican side brought up was that these regulations they were like basically unnecessarily harsh. They were too heavy-handed, and they were, because it was like, let's make it stricter for the ISPs than anybody else on the web. So by removing this, you level the playing field, so everything on the internet is regulated equally. Except again, going back to the FTC can't regulate anything, and the FTC regulates those websites. But
it regulates websites like Google and Facebook, yeah.
But the argument was made, I believe, by one of the Democratic representatives that these websites I don't remember who made the argument, but these websites, they don't necessarily get to see your entire browsing history. Yes, you have things like the Google Analytics bots, which a lot of sites use and stuff, but most of these websites, one, it's easy to stop those sorts of things from using. You can block those things. Plenty of plugins that do it. Plenty of browsers that do it. you got plenty of options there to block cookies or anything that they're sending to read your history, and you can delete cookies, and two, you can switch website use a lot simpler than you can switch ISPs. Since most people only have one or two internet service providers they can choose from.
And also, as far as ISP goes, it's not like you can just click away from the ISP. Like you're under contract with them oftentimes, so it's like you have that obstacle to hop over and everything else as well. But yeah, so it's like it's just an overall really shitty situation that these old people just don't get. I don't know very many people over the age of 50. I don't know very many people over the age of 50 or 45 that really understand the internet. Like, and that's, and it's like, here's the thing though. Am I going to blame that whole generation? No, I'm going to blame people in power that are supposed to know these things. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna blame the people of that generation that actually hold power and should know things about this, because it not only affects them, but it affects all the younger people that are going to be growing up with it.
And I'm gonna stop you 1 second, and one more quick housekeeping thing. If you guys have another topic you'd like us to talk about, this is our last topic officially. But if you guys have another topic you want us to talk about, please bring it up in the chat. I know Ish, you're saying something about Poppy. Let us know what's going on. We'd be happy to talk about it right now on this podcast. And if you guys have any questions, or anything like you want to ask us about these things, let us know. Like, please, we'll be happy to go. We'll keep on going. But back, one other thing that I wanted to bring up that the Republican argument made was that if they repealed this, the FCC could go back and work with the FTC to write better rules. That also isn't how it works, because under the Congressional Review Act, it prevents the agency from ever writing substantially similar rules.
Mm-hmm.
So the FCC, if Trump signs this, the FCC can never write rules like this again. It will have to be passed through congressional legislation. And it's ridiculous, because that's the case. Like, if they were just overriding it, that'd be one thing. But the way they're overriding it is ridiculous. And so the FCC won't be able to do anything. And the Republicans are making all these arguments like, oh, the FCC can do better stuff now. No, they can't. You are literally stopping the FCC from doing anything.
Yep.
Doing their jobs. Yeah, and I just made the point that, like, I'm tired of this happening, because I want to know how many calls these senators got saying I don't support this. Because if you got even 10 calls of your constituents saying I don't support this bill and you voted for it, you need to get out. It is your job to listen to the people that you represent.
And that's the thing. Like, that's why I'm really happy that this representative I have, like, he actually responded to me, and he is, like, actually listening to his people, because he's like, a lot of people have messaged me about this and everything, and he's like, I understand it and I get it. And he's like, and he listens to us, and I'm like, note that he is a Republican, and like, Arkansas is a red state. It is 100% a red state. The only part of it that is even remotely Democrat is, like, the central part of the state, and that's because it's a metropolitan area. But it's like, the thing is that if there's one thing that talking to French Hill that I've learned, it's that our voice in this is more powerful than a lobbyist dollar, because if we all talk to these representatives and these senators, and we en masse, like, send the messages being like, yo, this is fucked up, we probably shouldn't do this. I mean, obviously better spoken than that, but if we all, like, mass send this to these people, we can actually make a difference, because it's like they can't get because, like, then they'll be like, well, if I disobey all these people, they won't vote me back in, and I can't get lobbyist money if I'm not voted into office. Like, you can't get lobbyist money if you don't have power. There's no. Like, you can't. There's no such thing as getting it.
And so it's a matter of really, like, no matter what age you are or anything, like, if you understand the situation and you have a strong feeling about it, like, get involved with it. Like, you know, all you had to do is say your opinion to your representative, and that's it. You don't even have to have them respond. You can request for them not to respond to you. You can just be like, hey, take my word for it. I don't want to have a conversation about it, but here it is. Like, you can do that, or you can have a conversation with them like I am with French. Like, you can do it. That's the thing. It's a matter of getting your voice out there that makes a difference.
And so, I mean, do you guys have anything else you want to say on this topic?
I mean,
I'm just not knowledgeable enough to give anything too detailed. It's just frustrating, and that especially that it's just the powers with people who literally have no idea what they're talking about.
I love the point that you brought up the other day that I saw, and it was like, well, why can't I sell my information and get money for it? Like, doesn't that make sense? At least a little bit? Like, why can't I get money for selling my information?
Exactly. Like, if they're not doing an opt-in situation, then like this is me. This is who I am.
Yeah.
Why, even if the provider is providing the internet, I'm providing the inputs. Like, that's
exactly.
So here's a question. Should your personal information be copyrightable?
You can get money by selling yourself. This is true.
That's true. You can, not legally here, but
that's information. My body is information.
But no, yeah, it's like at what point does your own personal information count under copyright? And that's a question of intellectual property, I guess. And
is
so
is your identity a piece of intellectual property?
And that's a great question to ask, honestly.
That's almost like a what is art question. You know what I mean?
It really is. I mean, here's the thing about intellectual copyright law is that it's a big, convoluted, really messy thing that really doesn't have a whole lot of standardization to it. Because, I mean, for instance, as far as music
basically
goes,
it sucks.
Well, no, here's the yeah, no, well, I mean, they have, I mean, they're talking about they're talking about, you know, abolishing the current one and then replacing it immediately. They're in talks about it. They've been in talks about that since my freshman year of college.
I think if there's anything that I want less regulation, it'd be about with copyright law.
Can we also appreciate the fact, going back to the topic we're talking about, the fact that all they did was repeal it and not replace it?
Yep.
This has been a trend. We're going to repeal everything. We're going to replace it, just not when we repeal it.
It's the dog catching up to the truck concept. Like it's like, oh, I got it, but what do I do now?
Yeah.
Art is
it's very much that. And
art
what was I saying?
Is something you can either enjoy or hate, or even be able to unable to put an opinion on it.
Yeah, enjoy or hate or masturbate.
Yeah, but no, here's the issue with copyright law is that it's hard to say if your own personal information can be copyrightable because, I mean, first of all, I mean, courts for music copyright law are already atrocious because what ends up happening, for instance, the Blurred Line case with Pharrell Williams and what's his face, the guy that sang it with him, Robin Thicke. Robin Thicke and Pharrell Williams got sued for blurred lines by the Gaye family, the Marvin Gaye family. And here's the thing. In no way, shape, or form should the Gaye family won that case and have it sent on to the Supreme. I believe it's being sent to the Supreme Court now, or it already was. I didn't keep track of it after Pharrell and Thicke lost.
From what I know about the songs, yeah.
But no, here's the thing. You listen to the two songs together. Here's the thing. The jury heard the two songs and they were like, well, the bass lines are exactly be under copyright. Well, no, that's not how it works. It has to be melody. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, when you have a jury input their thoughts on copyright law, they don't understand it.
No.
They don't get it.
Well, I
They
mean, people who aren't musicians won't get it. You know
They
what I
don't
mean?
get it at all. Like most musicians don't get it. Like
Yeah.
most musicians don't understand
don't know.
copyright law either. Like most artists
least-
don't get it.
At least the current rules that we have. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, yeah,
if
and
people
there's
have their
so-
own sense of justice, but they don't have the sense of what it's built off of currently.
Exactly.
I think generally speaking, it's a good system for like comparing different songs. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, and like I get it, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, there are clauses within it and everything that more elaborately say like like what is under fair use, what is copyright law, blah blah blah. But there is a lot of gray to it. There's a lot of gray, and it's a very case by case basis because it is art.
Yeah.
And that's like the whole issue with it. It's a very compelling. It's just very hard to understand and grasp. There's a reason that Bryce and I had to take a class on it together. Dude, that class.
That class was a fucking joke in every sense of the word.
Oh god, okay, for instance, me and V streamers right here, we had to cover a case of copyright law, like an actual one that happened. We had to like do a summary of it and everything and present it to the class. So we had the issue of what's his face from Creedence Clearwater.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
John Fogerty got sued for sounding like himself.
Yeah, John Fogerty got sued for writing his own song. So the issue of it in layman's terms was he was with Creedence. He was under Creedence Clearwater. He wrote songs with Creedence Clearwater under a certain record label. Well, he gave away his rights to that record label to his own songs, right? Mm-hmm. And so then he left the record label, left Creedence Clearwater, did his own solo project, and then he got sued by that record label for writing a song in his solo project that kind of sounded like one song that he wrote for Creedence Clearwater.
It's
by the way,
stupid.
By the way, the two songs don't sound alike at all.
Yeah.
No, it was Center Field and something else, I believe.
Yeah, it was Center Field and some other song.
And he completely won that, right?
And he completely won that case because it's like, that's really fucking stupid if you could get sued for writing a song that you wrote.
The court, I remember reading about this. The court opinions was, a songwriter can sound like himself.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and the greatest part of it, like my favorite part about that whole case was that the record label, so John came in and played the two songs with his guitar. Do you know how the record label presented the case? They had some IT nerds have 8-bit noise samples of the songs. Didn't even have the two recordings. They had 8-bit samples of the melodies of the two songs, and they played them together at the same time. And it was like beep boop bop, beep boop bop.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
It's so bad.
It was horrendous.
And this is like the 80s, right?
Yeah, this is like the late 80s when it happened. He was in.
That makes it even better that you have like Revenge of the Nerds style.
And get this. He was in court to get his lawyer fees paid for by the record label until 2015.
Wait, what'd you say?
He was in. Okay, so he was in court to get his legal fees covered after that whole case by the record label until 2015.
That
sounds about right. Yeah, that's the speed of the American courts.
That's how long it took him to get his legal fees covered by the record label.
Granted,
and it was settled. Get this, it was settled outside of court.
Granted, it's John Fogerty. It's not like he needed it back.
I mean, I'd be pissed.
So Ish Darkness says, back to your comment about masturbating. We'll masturbate on porn art. Speaking of art,
yeah.
And then like when Drake stole XXXTentacion's flow beat from Look at Me. I know that I know XXXTentations. Yeah.
Triple X Tenacious.
Well, I think it's I think that's probably more of a sampling thing too.
Yeah, that's more of a. I believe that is more of a sampling issue. But no, literally, John Fogerty, like he got sued for his own song.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely stupid. And it's like, and then like there's other cases like with Kanye and this other guy that this really tiny artist like that had like, he was pretty small. He said that Kanye stole his lyrics of that which doesn't kill you only makes you stronger for his song Stronger. and
I remember that.
he brought it to 2 courts.
How stupid can you be?
That guy lost in 2 courts. 2.
All right.
Like copyright law is a big, dumbfounded, crazy thing because there's so much gray in it because it is art. And so then the whole idea behind the ISPs is like, can you count your own information, your own identity as copyright? I don't think so personally.
I mean,
to an extent.
I mean, well, it's not your. I mean, what they can see is what you see, like the things you see online. That's not really copyrightable.
I do believe in the idea that a individual should be able to sell their information to companies and ISPs. I do believe that. I do believe that should be a thing.
Well, no, I mean it's not copyrightable because it's not written down somewhere. I mean it's an idea. It's the things you have done. It's not a physical.
But it is you. It is intellectual copyright.
But it's not copyrightable. But it's still you. I mean, it's private. It's your private data.
Yeah,
and
it is your private data.
With your data, like if you want to sell your body to science, you can sell your body to science.
Okay, real quick. For instance, I'll relate this. I'll just relate this to okay, let's say I have some pictures that Nolan over here took on my computer. Like I legitimately do. I have every right to sell those. Like I should have every right to sell those because I have access to them. I can sell someone access to those photos. Or like shoot,
for
photos.
Science.
like that's the thing. Like it's my information. Why shouldn't I be able to sell my own information to people?
That wasn't a great example, but okay.
No, it wasn't a good example.
Because technically I have a right to sell them.
They're your photos.
They're my photos, but I get your point.
Noah, would you care if I sold your photos?
We'll talk. Well, let's get that in writing, just to be safe.
That was good.
I guess technically, though, if I agreed to it on stream, it's saved for posterity.
It's saved. It's saved.
But we'll talk about that off stream.
I'm gonna get that in writing. I'm gonna get that on napkin.
I don't want doctors to cut my penis off. What is this? What is this emote? I love this emote. Saba Pig.
The fish.
So I actually want to, because Ish brought up an interesting new topic that I've not heard of that I want to look into here.
That Poppy?
Yeah. So Google Poppy or YouTube Poppy, and I'll be showing a video on screen as well. But so final thoughts on the FCC votes. V streams.
It's fucking dumb. Also, I need to use the restroom.
You're good, man. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, I know who this
PRB
is.
peeps.
I didn't mute myself. That's all right. Well, we can hear his grunts from the constipation. Well, we shall laugh. Timber, final thoughts on.
Okay. Net neutrality is very essential in this day and age, and it will be for the future. It's that these old people that don't understand what the fuck the internet does are voting on these things and basically just taking money to sign legislation. Of course, I could talk about like how lobbying is good and bad at the same time all day long, but like I said, in the end, it's going to come to everyone voicing their own opinion to their representatives, to their senators, being like, hey, like this is messed up. This shouldn't be happening. And until the day that we all make it known that like, hey, what you're doing is bad, then they're going to keep doing it. And they're going to keep taking money from lobbyists, and we're going to keep voting them into office. So basically what I'm saying is exercise your right as an American. Like, hey, that's not fun.
Yeah, we need to replace everyone with the new generation. I kind of agree. I mean, there's a whole debate on like term limits for senators and representatives, And
It's really funny because a lot of people or a lot of representatives and senators from my state agree that term limits for congressmen should be a thing.
There's pros and cons. There's pros and cons for it too. I mean, that's an argument to have. Like there's Supreme Court guys who still think they owed. Well, that is true. I mean,
it's hitting the sweet spot. That's the hard thing.
I guess the biggest point is actually that's a good point. Is with checks and balances, the idea of how the U.S. government works. Supreme Court justices are appointed for life.
Mm-hmm.
So no congressman should be able to be in there for life.
No, by no means should that happen, because then nothing will ever get done.
But I agree that term limits for congressmen need to be much higher than presidents.
I would say 10 years. It would be a limit.
There are arguments. If you actually I don't know how much you've looked in the arguments. There are actually some really good pros and some really good cons. I mean, the pros are you get this new blood in, but the con is it doesn't help with lobbying because new person comes in, doesn't know what he's doing. He may know more about the technology, but doesn't know what he's doing. So he's much more he or she is much more able to be influenced by a lobbyist.
Right. And that is a good point to bring up, but at the same time, I mean, like, for instance, for me at least, if I somehow ran for representative in 2 years in 2018, like if I ran and I won, I feel like I would be less likely to be affected by lobbyists because I understand what they are, and I understand what they do, and I understand how they manipulate people. And the thing is, though, like, I feel like once we get this younger generation of people into positions of power, I feel like, well, at least from like a technology social point of view, we're going to be better off.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this is appalling that this passed. I can only hope that Trump vetoes it. We'll see what happens with that. I don't expect it to happen, but it might.
I mean, he's done some crazy shit. You don't know.
but if not, I mean, we're looking at. I mean, I don't know what the impact of this is going to be. You know, we can say, well, this will allow ISPs to sell your data. I mean, but if we're going to see one of those things where ISPs are selling our data and upcharging internet, that's an issue. I mean, regardless. I mean, selling data is an issue, and so. But we don't know how much they were selling our data before this became a thing.
Oh, real quick, to answer Darkness's question of how much Supreme Court guys get paid, by lobbyists, it can vary by a lot of them. How about
I don't
this?
think they really get paid by lobbyists, Supreme Court.
Oh, wait, Supreme Court? Oh, I don't. Oh, okay, my bad. I read congressman. My bad.
How do you get congressman from Supreme Court?
I'm sorry. I was just thinking of government, and we've been talking about congressmen this entire time.
Their salary, a Chief Justice's salary in 2009 was $223,000.
Which is about right, honestly, because the president gets paid $200,000 a year.
And the Associate Justice is $10,000 less than that. About.
Yeah, no, because the president gets paid about $250,000 a year. The
president gets paid $400,000.
Is it $400,000? My bad.
Yes.
I mean, I do admire Trump for being like, I ain't taking that shit.
Yeah, that was actually by Clinton. Clinton did that apparently.
Yeah, Clinton did that as well.
I think Trump will veto it because that man is always online. True, but he's also rich and has access to expensive stuff.
He doesn't want to see all the hand enlarging pills that he's been buying.
All right, so we are going to. So Ish Darkness has suggested a topic.
Wait, real quick. TLDR, in the words of George W. Bush, yeah, that was some weird shit.
Yeah, so keep an eye out to what happens, guys. I mean, even if you don't really follow politics, that's fine. But this is kind of a big deal.
It affects everybody.
This isn't political. This is the only place this is political is in Washington. For anyone else, if you're on the internet, this affects you, because ISPs aren't political, consumer isn't political. It's all nonpartisan.
Yep.
So
it affects everybody. Don't matter who you are. You know what's really shitty? Parliament in the UK actually signed a similar bill, but guess what? It doesn't apply to government officials.
Oh yeah, no. The UK is becoming a censorship in a government state.
Yeah, it really is. It's kind of going to hell in a handbasket, in my opinion. But
my goldfish is political.
The fact that you can go to jail for murder for killing someone that has like invaded your property, that's insane to me.
All right. So anyway, so Ish Dark. Speaking of crappy situations, crappy sounds like poopy. Poopy is one letter away from Poppy, which is what Ish Dark is. That was a stretch. Segways. You're right.
And okay,
Paul
wait,
Blart
real quick, plug. We are sponsored by Poppy Seeds. That's right, we are sponsored by Opium. Yeah.
Let's not
Yeah,
say that.
we-
Say we didn't say that ever again.
Do you ever feel off?
Welcome to the Factually Opinionated Poppycast.
I like opiates. They make me feel alive.
I have an opium addiction.
I have crippling depression.
Oh God.
Awful.
Opiates make life worth living.
You know what the best thing ever is? Hard Mexican black tar heroin.
Dude, 8 ounces of
8 ounces
Mexican black
Pure
tar heroin.
Mexican black tar heroin.
That's some good shit right there.
That's the best.
That's the best.
It's bigly. It's huge. It's huge.
Jesus Christ.
The best heroin.
By the way, I have this conspiracy theory that that Vladimir Putin actually really hates Donald Trump because he does this all the time, and in Russia this means asshole.
Hey Vladimir. Hey Vladimir. If you're watching this, stir into the anus.
That actually does mean asshole over in Russia. But anyway, on to
Hi, little birdie. Welcome to the stream.
But anyway, on to the topic of Poppy, which I've never, I've heard of her before. I've heard of her before.
Stare into the iris.
I don't understand what she is though.
She's a YouTuber. Okay, so Ish was saying there's rumors of her not being a real person and is replaced with another version of the same girl and mind controls the audience with subconscious messages and other stuff. Let's watch it and see how mind control we get. Are you ready? Are you guys ready? Welcome to.
I'm immune.
I couldn't see you there because I was too busy blocking out the haters.
Let me get some tin foil so my brain doesn't get fried.
All right, here we go. Where is it?
I'm ready.
Let's see if this actually works. I've never tried a VLC video source in OBS. It's working! Oh my gosh!
Sacred geometry is found everywhere.
Oh, we're not getting any.
Some people believe that God communicates
Look at
to
me,
us through
God, that's
geometry.
Why are we not getting audio?
I don't
One
like
of the
this.
most common shapes in nature is the circle. Spirals are also common forms of natural geometry.
No, I'm getting audio.
What is
Oh, it's restarting. It's fine. I'm immune push chips and I.
sacred geometry is found everywhere. Natural geometry.
No, I'm getting.
Some people believe that God communicates to us through geometry. One of the most common shapes in nature is the circle. Spirals are also common forms of natural geometry. What is your favorite shape? What geometric shape do you identify with? Do you believe in God? Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching my video about geometry. What would you do with geometry? What would you do if you were God?
All
What would you do
right.
if you were God?
What would I do if I was God? That's a dangerous question you're asking.
God, that's
I think it's a very.
I mean, I don't know about y'all,
What
but
if
like,
you were
I
God?
just subscribed. What would I do if I was God? That's a dangerous question. I just subscribed to her YouTube channel.
That
Like,
made
It's
me.
a very.
That made me very uncomfortable.
I mean, I don't know about y'all,
I think
but
she's
like,
trying to
Josh,
ignore it.
whoops, we're echoing really bad. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
I don't know. I can see why people kind of like it. It's kind of an ASMR kind of thing.
It's not any close to ASMR.
No, it's similar in that it's like an audio visual thing. It's like weirdly comforting, but a little bit off-putting too.
Oh no, I felt very uncomfortable there. Oh god, I'm cringing now.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to think.
That's so fucked up. Like I don't even know why it's fucked up. It just is.
I think it's what I think most interesting is that like her tone of voice is really, she has like a specific accent almost and cadence to her speech.
It literally
it's very rhythmic.
It literally sounds like it sounds like some fucking like Big Brother brainwashy kind of shit. Like that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like the bad video that you're not supposed to watch in a movie. That's what she sounds like.
You will die in 7 days.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, oh god, I'd rather not watch that again.
Should watch it again.
No,
I don't know.
It's rumored to be that she makes you crave to watch more videos by her. Interesting. Little Birdie, I don't know what it is. I don't know.
You know what makes me crave to watch more video? Like really offensive jokes, but that's not creepy. That's like that's just
the thing. Like to me it's not particularly compelling because she's saying like a bunch of vaguely
if you were God, what would you do? Subscribe to my channel. What the fuck does that mean?
If you were God, what would you do? If I was God, I'd subscribe to my channel. You should do the same.
It's philosophical in a very shallow sense that doesn't really like, I don't know, go any deeper than her stupid little questions. So it's hard for me to like, I don't know. I just don't care. Like, yeah, she's got her niche. It's kind of interesting.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to the stream, Wicked Kender. I would burn my image on the toast. If I was God, I'd burn my face on a toast every day. Like Pollyann in, Western Kentucky, you're waking up with some Jesus toast tomorrow.
Jesus toast.
And the other thing is that, like, it does seem to me like there's a concerted effort to be weird, and it doesn't, like, it's very, like, because it's so structured and manufactured, it doesn't weird me out. Does that make sense?
It also...
Sure.
It creeped me out. Yeah, I know. Also, her feet.
You can.
Also, real quick, not body shaming, but her feet were obscurely large.
Okay.
Yeah.
Apparently, she's a musical artist.
I'm listening to that shit. I'll tell you that much.
We're doing it now, actually.
Have you guys seen? There's a YouTube channel that I think is legitimately weird and not necessarily creepy, but like a little bit fucked up, but in a good way. Is Cool 3D World.
Yes. Oh my god, Cool 3D World's great.
To me, Cool 3D World is great because it's actually like funny and compelling. It's got its own mythology and weird world. It's so fucking weird.
No, 3D World is.
I think we should pull this up. Have you seen this, Nolanova?
No, I have not.
Oh,
I think the
please
best.
bring up the rock one, the rock concert one. That one's
okay. That one's good, but I think A Life Well Lived is the best.
Oh yeah,
it's so funny. Okay, I'm gonna send it to you, Nola.
A Life Well Lived. I'm actually
play this over it.
Isn't that like a Rick and Morty thing? Roy, A Life Well Lived, or whatever.
Just watch it. That's the thing. There is no reference involved in this. This is all original. They make original music for each and every little short. It's amazing.
Okay, so Life Well Lived.
Yeah, get that on the screen. I think we should all discuss that.
This is gonna come up if I nope. For some
reason, Cool 3D World.
I can't load this video for some reason.
I was so compelled with Cool 3D World that I sent them an email asking them questions because I wanted to know their methodology, because the 3D models they use and the details and the lighting are really good.
All right,
they're well made.
Their cinematography.
We're listening to the music.
We're listening to this music.
Oh, Poppy's music. God, that face freaked me the fuck out in Cool 3D World for a second. God, that's so free. If I ever had to work on this shit, I'd be like, it would be the first comment on my Cool 3D World video was
This is interesting.
It doesn't sound like anything different from my other comments.
Okay. Now the video's getting really weird.
This bad taste, these are my key of my
Okay. That just got weird. Lower the music over. Yeah, I was just playing it so you guys can hear it. That was just kind of weird. I don't know what I just don't know what to think about this. It was very weird.
I'd rather not experience that Poppy ever.
I think it's a great marketing scheme, and Seats would be working out well for her.
Yeah. Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that on this city? We should be posting really weird videos on our YouTube channel.
Let's just post weird shit.
Actually, I'm down. Let's just make random videos and post it to our YouTube channel.
Make really creepy
and
shit.
Then you will come to our direction, and we will say hello.
Okay. Pull up A Life Well Lived, and we're watching this together.
I'm not pulling up.
Yeah.
Why are we pulling this up?
Because
it's under that really weird.
To me, this is a truly weird thing. This is something that is original.
Wait. There's kind of a there's a sort of birthing scene in this. Can we actually do that?
I don't think they're gonna catch us. I hope they don't.
I mean,
if it's good enough for YouTube, like it's not age restricted at 500,000 views.
Is it not age restricted?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, it's not. Okay, cool then. All right, pull it up then, Nola.
Please. I want to see your reaction in particular.
I do too.
I don't know why you want to see my reaction. I've seen a lot of weird stuff on the internet.
I've never seen anything like this.
This is once again, this is enough to weird me out, and like it creeps out like everybody. Whenever I'm watching this YouTube channel, if anyone comes by, they're always like ridiculously creeped out.
All right, here we go. We're gonna bring this up on stream.
Okay, we're gonna hit it on 3. Okay?
Get ready, everybody.
Prepare your anus.
All right, are you ready?
All right, here we go.
I'm ready.
3, 2,
I'm ready.
1.
I'm a dad. It's more horrifying. I'm sorry, Wicked. I'm sorry you had to see that. Oh, you guys are muted. Crap.
Real quick. Okay, that
More
was
horrifying. I'm sorry.
No, your reaction to that whole thing was great.
That really wasn't that weird though. It's just kind of
Now
like
go
okay.
go to rock and roll.
That's the thing. That's one of the more accessible videos on the.
Yeah, there's some.
I'm gonna stop there. We're gonna.
Oh come on, rock and roll will end us on this. Rock and roll will end us. Come on.
I'm not showing anymore.
Why not?
Not right now.
Why not? It's a 1 minute video.
The rock and roll one is funny. It's not that
funny.
weird.
It's not that weird.
It's more weird. It's more funny than
chat.
weird.
Okay, allude to the chat. Chat, do you guys want to see this video?
I do.
You're not chat.
I love this channel. I think it's so creative and weird. And once again, I like is
get out, Timber. No one cares. She's gonna casually ban you from the.
What I like.
Not perfect people falling in love till death.
It was a love story. It wasn't weird. It wasn't horrifying. I mean, Wicked, I understand it's probably horrifying for you.
Trust me. Watch some of the other videos on that channel. The Rock one is not one of the.
No, the Rock one's not as. It's funny. It's really funny. Now,
But
there's some that genuinely creep me out though.
I love that, but they put so much effort into like even the cinematography of this weird shit. And like a lot of times,
I wonder how long they spend on each video.
That's like, what I'm wondering.
Because they post every week.
Probably not that long.
They used to be a Vine channel.
Yeah,
originally they were a Vine channel.
But then rest in peace, Vine.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think this is if we're talking about weird internet content, I think this is a lot more compelling than Poppy, personally.
I don't know. I think
that's actually funny.
Well, the thing is that Poppy thing, that's not like original. Those sorts of channels have been popping up throughout YouTube's existence.
Name one.
I don't know them, but I know that they have existed.
I mean, they have existed, but it seems like there hasn't been necessarily a phenomena like Poppy.
This summer,
I have heard of it. But the thing is that I just don't think
about to change
there's
forever.
just not much substance to it. It's about substance. It's an interesting novelty, but is there substance that will keep you coming back to?
It's a weird video. It's not supposed to have substance.
Yeah, well, okay. So you watch one of her videos and then you've watched them all. You know what I mean?
No, I agree, but like it keeps people intrigued. People are entertained. Like, I'm not saying it's necessarily like it's not all that weird, but like I don't know. That's just me. I don't think his stuff is weird. I've seen weirder.
Oh, her stuff is. I mean, it's really creepy and disturbing. I don't think it's the weirdest thing. I think it's just really.
I'm gonna watch it all night long.
I think it's trying too hard. My personal thing.
Thoughts?
Which one of these have I seen that like of cool 3D world that I was just thoroughly messed up about?
I don't know.
One of the funniest ones.
So final thoughts on this, because Ish has actually brought up another topic.
I think Poppy is fine. If you think it's entertaining, enjoy it. It's nothing more than a novelty.
I think I here's my thoughts. I'm not watching her shit again.
I imagine, I doubt that there's any sort of like real conspiracy behind it. Ish. I don't think there's like. I think it looks to be like It looks to be a marketing ploy for a musical artist. That's what it looks like it is.
Yeah, it's hypnotizing you to subscribe because you're curious about. She's gonna do.
Satan worship is in nowadays.
Yeah, that's the other thing. If she's doing like demonic things, I don't believe in demons, so I don't give a shit. I literally do not care.
I mean, that's great. I believe in demons, so.
I think it's weird. I think it's just plainly and utterly weird. I mean, I'm not a believer in demons either, but I think it's very.
Actually, I believe that we have a demon who is running our country right now. That's
Dang.
the
demon.
I believe in that demon.
Demon tiny hands.
How do we?
I don't support that demon, but I believe in him.
Apparently, that Poppy is out of Nashville.
Why don't we go meet her?
Let's get her on the show. Let's
Get her on the show. We'll do the big reveal on our show.
Yeah.
Is it real? Is it fake?
Bro, no, email her. Let's make this happen.
Is she wicked?
Oh, it was the
hold on,
Panini. Panini was the cool 3D World video that had me.
Yeah. Moved to Los Angeles in 2014 to pursue a musical career, teaming up with director and musician Titanic Sinclair to make a series of abstract promotional videos on YouTube. So yeah, so it's promotion. That's all it is.
That's what I said. Like, it's obviously a promotional thing.
Yeah. She's done an interview. Interesting.
It's good. It's good as promotion. Like, I don't know. Yeah, like, to me, it's nothing more than that, though.
Yeah.
Cool 3D World is not a promotion. It's a series that is trying to compel you to like, laugh at something. Or, find something absurd or whatever it is.
Really absurd.
Right.
Why are there a bunch of floating paninis?
YouTube is promotion. I agree with it. YouTube is promotion. Sell.
But I mean, everything is promotion. Every piece of art is still promotion for the most part. You could be like, oh, I don't really care, like, if I get anyone to watch something. But if nobody watches it, then what's the fucking point?
Yeah, I agree. All right, so one last thing I want to cover, because we've been running for a while here, and I think it's about time to wrap up. And we're just over 3 hours now. Is Darkness says, thoughts on the Netflix Death Note movie? I have no thoughts. I don't care about Death Note personally.
I really hope they don't mess it up.
Have you watched Death Note, Luke?
I've watched about. I never finished the full season.
Okay. I remember this very vividly. I was in 8th grade, and it was finals time, and I don't study very well, so I binge watched Death Note instead. And I remember the show very fondly, and from what I've seen of the trailer, I'm intrigued. I think it's going to be kind of cool.
Like I said, IRL translations from anime haven't exactly played out well yet. So we'll see what happens.
Apparently, the Ghost. You know what's interesting is apparently the Ghost in the Shell movie
is not bad.
Is not bad. It's getting kind of mediocre reviews from the critics, which is kind of expected. But
it's not horrendous.
Apparently, it's pretty faithful to the original anime.
Well, that's
so
good.
If you don't understand that, then you're just not going to get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wicked says, my 14-year-old daughter was excited about it when she watched it on Netflix. Interesting. I mean, it's one of those things, like, for me, personally, just I'm not an anime fan. I'm not that big of an anime fan or viewer, so.
Well, okay, what's
I
interesting,
love anime. I love it.
What's interesting about this show, though, to me, is that they are completely, quote-unquote, whitewashing it. I don't think they're whitewashing it. I think what they're doing is they're trying to make it cater to an American audience. That means entirely reworking the story to fit. I think it's set in Seattle.
Yeah.
So
the original Death Note it took place in.
I think it's just Tokyo.
I think it's Tokyo.
It's
right.
probably
So
Tokyo.
So
I don't think
the original takes place in Japan, which is fine, but you can tell a story using the ideas of Death Note anywhere.
Is it? And here's my question: is it the same storyline as? Because if it's like the same world but it's a different story, then no one has anything to complain about.
I believe it's the same story generally, but but it's just a movie, so.
But
yeah, it's a movie, not a
this
full
is,
season.
and you said this was like anime to real life.
Yes. Anime to IRL.
And
we saw how that panned out with Attack on Titan.
Well, okay. Attack on Titan is one thing. Once again, like Ghost in Shell worked well, and this is Netflix, and I trust them a little bit more, being a little bit more okay with being a niche thing. You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
With a big budget movie that you have to release nationwide, you have a lot more you can fail a lot harder than you can with a Netflix show. With a Netflix show, you can appeal to a niche audience and not have it like, it won't hurt business for Netflix very much. You know what I'm saying?
I get that. And also, I mean, I have a lot of faith in Netflix because, I mean, like, I've yet to watch anything besides humor stand-up that sucked. So
I think what's gonna happen is, I don't think it's gonna be amazing, but I think it's gonna be okay. I think that the anime purists are going to get angry because it's not exactly like their precious anime. There's no way to actually do that in a movie. So I think they're going to do a reasonably good job at converting the original story, which is a 37 episode anime, into, and they're probably only going to focus on the first 25 episodes or so because that's the real meat of the story.
Yeah.
I think they're going to do a decent job condensing that, and they're going to make it Americanized, and people are not going to like that. But for people who haven't watched the original anime, they're probably going to like find something interesting to enjoy about it.
I think I just want to, like, the way I see it is, like, when you look at these Japanese animes, the characters in these Japanese animes are not directly Japanese.
I mean, you look at Attack on Titan.
Well,
they're actually Eastern European.
Yeah, they have never been. So it is not whitewashing by default to just to cast a white actor here, simply because in the original anime, most of these guys they look more European than they do Asian.
I think the specific thing that you have to consider is whether the story is Japan-centric or not. Is it something that could only take place in Japan? If not, then it's free reign. Apparently, one of the big issues that people are having with, like, the Ghost in Shell casting is that, like, Ghost in Shell was a satire of Japanese culture specifically. So it makes sense to not, like, whitewash that. For Death Note, I really don't see a problem with transferring those things.
I mean, yeah, it's one of those things where, I don't know, I feel like people are just complaining just to complain about things. And also, here's my thing about whitewashing of anime. I mean, anime already kind of does that to itself.
Yeah,
like with their actual caricaturizations of things, like, they are made to look like Western people.
Yeah, and what Wicked Kinder says, agreed, is the story good enough to make the leap? That's the key thing.
That is a huge thing.
Also,
Right.
Wicked says anime people argue over different voice actors. Anime nuts are going to shit on it. Yeah, I mean like, anime is it's such a controversial topic to people. And it says Wicked says I like some anime. I'm like, I'm with you. Like, I mean, I can't say I'm not I shouldn't say I'm not an anime viewer, because I mean I grew up watching Yu-Gi-Oh and One Piece and Pokemon.
Did you watch? Wait, real quick. Did you watch Avatar?
Yes.
The one good American anime.
I'll come out and say it right now. I'm an anime fan. 90% of anime are terrible, just absolute trash.
Oh yeah.
Like, most anime is garbage.
Me and Anthony have been rewatching Naruto. Well, I've been rewatching Naruto. He's been watching it for the first time. It is horrendously corny, but it's so corny that it's good.
Dude, okay, Naruto's better. Are you watching it with the English voice actors?
Yes.
Triggered anime.
Okay, that's the
Pokemon
problem.
is an anime. I'm sorry, anime fans.
No, Pokemon's definitely an anime.
It's an anime.
What's great about the American dub is how, like, that's one where the corniness totally works in its favor. It's so funny.
And dude, like, the
It's
corniness
so funny.
of Naruto is hilarious. He's just like, believe it.
Yeah, like,
I'm the ninja.
there's no defending those kinds of dubs.
Wicked,
It's
you're the
just-
old one here.
I'm a
It's
ninja.
so funny.
I'm a ninja. Oh god.
That's my ninja way.
It's my ninja way. I will be Hokage.
Stop,
Oh my God.
stop,
We're just
stop
gonna-
watching
we're
the
gonna
dub,
stop
please.
there.
No, it's
Like,
great. I love
Nerd,
it.
well, okay, if you like it, then go for it. I don't know.
And I love how much Kakashi sounds like he doesn't give a shit. And it's
Hey Sasuke, you're emo. You listen to bands like Linkin Park because you're emo.
oh god.
No,
I've been making those
you
comments
good
all the
at this.
time.
Naruto is a decent shonen manga, and I have a lot of nostalgia for it. But I don't know how good it is necessarily. But I read the entire thing, so
I watched
I
dub
can't
because I'm
judge.
lazy. I
Did
don't
you
care to
did you watch the
subtitles.
last episode?
Ish.
I've seen
See,
pretty
I
much
never
everything Naruto.
See, I never got to Shippuden. Never got to it.
It starts a little bit slow, and then it picks up, and then it gets really bad, and then it gets good again.
that's quite a journey.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of pressure to extend it and not just end it outright by.
It's like The Walking Dead.
Yeah, well, it's like the author. His name is Masashi Kishimoto, and like all manga creators are under pressure from I believe it's Shisha or something like that, which is the Jump publisher.
Okay.
Like it's like I believe it's a weekly publication that's like this thick, full of manga each week. So Masashi Kishimoto and the creator of Death Note, for example, are under pressure to just keep things going. You can't tell a self-contained story.
To keep going.
Or yeah, you have to keep going. You have to like maintain your fan base to get people keep hyped. So it's impossible to end something like that.
Because how long did Naruto go on for? Like, shoot, like in Japan.
It ended in like
I
2014, and I believe it's about 15 years old.
I thought the last episode came out like a week ago.
The last episode of the anime might have. The manga.
The anime just ended.
Oh, the last thing. Oh no. Was it the anime that just ended?
Yeah, it's the anime.
Yeah, I think the anime probably just ended.
Okay.
But what's interesting is Death Note was originally going to be, as I said with like the movie, I said that the first 25 episodes are what they're going to be focusing on most likely. The reason why is because originally the manga was only going to be that long, and the creator was under pressure from the company to keep it going. So he like invented new storylines and characters in order to appease them, even though he didn't want to keep going.
Yeah.
So like creators like that are I think often under pressure. I think I love manga as a medium probably more than anime. But what's nice about anime is that like it's only one season and you can tell a very self-contained story arc.
Yeah.
In that. So like 12 episodes and you're done.
Here, I'm gonna butt in here real quick just to talk about something to address the chat real quick. So the Walking Dead TV show, Wicked Kidder says the Walking Dead TV show we delete from comics without telling the exact same story. They really only follow the same themes and major plot points. I'm gonna say also before we talk about that, if you guys have anything else you want us to talk about, let us know in the comment in the chat. I read that as I looked away.
You know who does like hentai? And he officially said it? Samuel L. Jackson.
Wait, really? 97. Just Smith 97 is asking the important questions here. This is what we need to know.
But no,
you first, Nova.
But if you guys hold on. But if you guys have any other questions, any topics you want to talk about, want us to talk about, let us know now. Otherwise,
I got to get out of here soon because I got to finish an assignment.
Yeah, I've got to do some stuff too.
But real quick about The Walking Dead. Here's the difference between Dead and what's possible for Death Note. Walking Dead, first and foremost, it is a series. It is a TV show that is ongoing, just like the comic books. Yes, they tell similar storylines with some different characters and everything. It doesn't follow the exact same story arc, blah blah blah. Not the same people die in the same places, all that jazz. The thing that I see arising with Death Note is that they're trying to create a movie based off of from what my information that I've gathered so far, especially also from you guys, is that it's an entire series put into a movie essentially, and so that's kind of that's concerning to me because, and also here's the thing
Maybe
about
this is blasphemy. I think they can do it. I think it's entirely possible that
I think it's possible to
tell this story.
It's possible, but it depends on like.
But no, I think it's possible too. But the thing is,
someone's gonna hate it regardless.
Here's the thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And here's the thing about The Walking Dead. Walking Dead has had its weak seasons. Season 4 was them walking through the forest. The entire let me just say the entire season they walked through the forest. Okay, like it's frustrating, and I don't know it. I will say Walking Dead as a TV show is fantastic. I'm glad that they actually didn't cover. I'm glad that they haven't directly followed the comic books. I'm really happy about it. That being said, I love the comic books as well. Fantastic. The graphic novels are great. But I think it was a good idea on the TV point to actually deviate and tell their own story. But I will say real quick, Rick and Daryl having the thickest case of plot armor I've ever seen is really frustrating.
I actually haven't watched The Walking Dead, so I need to get into that.
Two of the characters in there had the thickest case of plot armor.
Well, to be fair, the other thing about The Walking Dead though is it's a graphic novel versus an anime. So
manga.
I mean, it's like graphic novel versus manga, which they're technically kind of the same thing, but manga is more fiction. I don't want to say graphic novel, but
fantasy.
The anime, like Death Note. I'm gonna just be. I cannot speak tonight. I'm gonna be specific. Death Note is fantasy. Walking Dead is realistic.
Horror.
Is realistic more. I mean, of course, there's not gonna be a zombie outbreak.
Well,
but
Walking Dead's more like science fiction. I would put Death Note more under. I mean,
fantasy. I would put it under fantasy.
It's fantasy, but it's not like high fantasy.
It's not Sword Art Online.
Fuck that show.
I like Sword Art Online, but
it's so bad. I'm sorry.
It's not
Sword Art Online is dumb.
It's not Full Metal Alchemist. We'll put it at that.
There we go. Full Metal Alchemist is a great show, and it's a great manga.
Death Note is a drama. Yeah.
Oh, it's a thriller.
It's a thriller. It's a thriller. I'd place it under thriller. You're right.
What would you do?
What I would say. Definitely.
If you had the power to command people's lives with a book.
But anyway.
This summer from Netflix Productions.
I'd go Nola
Death
Nova
Note.
dies from hentai.
But no, seriously, going back to the hentai.
Yeah, let's close this off with the.
All right, we're done. Yeah, we're done.
Real quick,
discussion on hentai.
Real quick about the hentai thing that I mentioned about Samuel L. Jackson. There's a video of him on Wired, and they do this thing. It's a Google search asks the questions for the interview, and so it says they'll be like, does Samuel L. Jackson, and then it takes like the list of things that it fills out, and it asks and he pulls the thing off and he answers the question, and one of them was, does Samuel L. Jackson like anime? And he's like, yes, I do, hentai too, and then he laughs and he changes to the next one.
No way.
Yeah.
Like completely that's hilarious.
Yeah, he's like, yes, I do, and hentai too, and then he laughs and he rips off the next one.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. It's
right. Let's go around in a circle.
All right. So anyway, final thoughts on your anime discussion. Death Note movie. Final thoughts on Death Note movie.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I'm very hesitant though.
I'm cautiously optimistic for me. I think it's going to be better than people will give it credit for.
I think that'll be the case too. I think knowing people who like anime, knowing you guys, and how you guys feel about animes, it's I don't think there's gonna be like people aren't gonna like it simply because it's not the anime, and that's that's the case with anything honestly. But
and here's my thing about it, like and also here's the thing: my criticisms for this movie is not coming out of oh, I'm a snob about anime, blah blah blah. No, like it's coming from the fact that have you tried to watch the Attack on Titan live action movie?
No, I've heard that one's really bad.
It's really bad.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
I tried to watch the Death Note live action movie from Japan.
It's not. How about this? It's not it's not Mortal Kombat movie bad, but it's bad.
All right, fair enough. Well, let's move on.
Well, that is going to be it for us for the night, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your awesome questions. If you guys like what you
settle if we liked hentai or not.
We're not having that discussion.
I accept it as an art form, and so does Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay, fine. But anyway, guys, if you guys have been watching and you like what you see, please, we would appreciate it so much if you click that follow button. And we appreciate your support so much. And welcome to the Vestinian family. For those of you, our new followers, the Factually Opinionated podcast will probably not be back next week. We don't want to make any guarantees. As it is, we are trying to do, like I said earlier, one every 2-week block. So we're going for about 2 a month at least. But there will be more episodes. So if you guys want to see more of this, keep an eye on our event calendar here on Twitch. Keep an eye in our Discord. If you guys haven't joined our Discord, want to talk with us, get to know us, play games with us, link is
that shit.
Link is in the description below. You can go down there, find it out. You can also find links to our Twitter, our Facebook, our YouTube channel, which this will be on. So if you guys missed the first part, you want to see the first part, you can go check that out on YouTube here in a little bit.
If you enjoyed my presence,
and
hentai, then pester Nolanova and Timber to bring me back on occasionally.
Oh, will do.
And have them send me hentai.
I can do that right now. I'm a one-click away.
Oh, do you have it like put into your search bars?
Okay, more than a click away.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I think that was so off the cuff that might have been a Freudian slip right there, Lou.
No.
I don't know. I think you always keep a little hentai, just ready.
Always
just
a little bit of hentai.
It's actually labeled horse porn.
Oh, that's even better.
That's just weird. That's just weird.
It's actually not filled with hentai at all. It's just filled with pictures of cantaloupe.
When you have enough whiskey, you don't care.
Truth. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching us and giving us your thoughts and your topics and all that other jazz. Thank you for everyone who followed today. I guess we'll just sign it off.
This has been really fun.
All right. Well, thank you, V-Streamers, for coming on. And Factually Opinionated Podcast will be back in probably 2 weeks, if not sooner. Like I said, keep your eyes out on all our communications outlets, which you can find all the links in the description below to those things. And we hope to see you guys next time. Like I said, if you guys like what you see, please don't hesitate to click that follow button. We appreciate your support and your time. And we love you all.
Smash that follow button.
Smash that like button. Smash that follow button. Smash that Twitter button. The like and subscribe. Can we get 10,000 likes on this video? Ladies and gentlemen, 10,000 likes on this video. I will eat my headset if we get 10,000 likes.
Can we get 10,000 hentai comics sent to Nolanova? Can we get 10,000?
10,000 of them. It's over 9,000.
20,000. 30,000.
Hentai comics. Oh my god.
All the hentai.
All of it.
Nolanova will look at them live.
I don't think Twitch would be okay with that.
Does Lively does Live Leak allow live video?
I don't know.
No. See, you would only look at it on your computer. You wouldn't have that on Twitch. You would just have your reaction to it.
Exactly.
I mean, the only you wouldn't be able to like, I don't know, like get off to it though. So that would suck. You just have to look at it for a long time.
All
Like
right, guys.
2 hours of just looking at it.
Just looking at it, not just sitting there like this, stone cold. Maybe
Just
getting the
like-
water every once in a while. And
And
just
like somebody making an awkward comment.
No. You can't. You got to be there. You got to be sitting there like, interesting. So
you
like,
make comments
one,
about the
one
camera
word
work.
comments.
You like
You
if
You
you
make
find
comments
something,
about cinematography.
yeah, you like
Moist.
if you find something interesting, you like manually go and censor it and then put it up on the page.
Yes. Jesus Christ. We've gone so far down this hole.
All right, you know what to do, people.
Love you all.
All right,
This
It's
this
been Tipper
podcast is
Tanner,
it's very
Nolan
moist.
Nova, and V Streamers.
V
Thank you guys
Streamers.
for tuning in.
Yeah, boy.
Good night.
It's your
Good
boy.
night. Thank
V
you for watching.
Streamers.
Thank you for humoring my.
Anyway, guys,
idiotic
have a good
sense of
night.
humor.
This is Dylan Nova signing off. Good night, all.
Watch hentai.